beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Discussing that heat in the street. Hey, we got just what you need on vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin G. Ay. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside
Got what you
looking
need.
in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Hey. Final round. I already know how I'm coming, man. Yeah. Tryna run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we tote all of that. from an ounce to a pound. Take it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right out the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds. Cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see, they start crumbling now. Mad struck, start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock blitz, know they look how it freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just a formal warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the gang, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them bills on the duty. I'm in Stixie, I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. To reload the clip and record the clip is go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tuned into that VGP. Take over the west and the east, and we got just what you need on vitamin G.
All right. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Pharaoh, and with me today so far, I do have Omar. How you been, man? Long time no see. Long time no hear. How you been,
3
man?
weeks
Oh,
or something?
Hold on 1 second. Let me fix something because I'm getting double audio. My fault.
Oh, Discord. Let me leave Discord.
Yeah, same here.
Sorry about
man,
that.
how you been? What you been
But
playing?
now I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Oh my gosh, what is going on here? Audio.
Give me a second. Oh my god.
All right, so looks like you have to adjust your audio settings. But yeah, we'll rock out. So hello everybody. It's been about a little more than 24 hours since we've all been live since the Xbox showcase. We've watched all the shows, I believe. At least most of us have, with State of Play, Summer Games Fest, and the Xbox showcase. I know there was a show or two in between
When
that.
you left Discord, I could stop hearing you. I can't hear you. For some reason, I'm
go
not
to your,
hearing you. Oh, 1 second. My bad. Say something now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. My bad.
Right.
I had it muted because of the song.
Okay. So yeah, as I was saying previously,
it's been like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks, but we did a reaction show yesterday to the Xbox showcase.
Yeah, you guys
we're
did. Yeah.
We're gonna be talking about all the shows,
and we're gonna talk on EA.
We can hit on that on what's on your mind. But we're gonna be covering Summer Games Fest, the PlayStation, State of Play, Xbox. And Xbox. I know there was a show or two in between. I didn't.
Yeah, there is. So there is actually a show between the Xbox showcase. I meant the PlayStation showcase and the Summerfest one.
Yeah, I missed it.
Not gonna lie, it's better than all three shows combined.
There was a Ubisoft one, right?
I don't recall a Ubisoft.
I know there was an Unreal one with like CD Projekt Red, where we saw the Witcher 4 tech demo.
Yeah, that was such a short second, like.
And then and I think
there was a PC one. that was an hour or something long.
Yeah, there was a PC one. There was a couple smaller ones. So when we talk about all these showcases or all these shows that we had this week, if you saw one that wasn't one of the main ones and you want to provide input on your thoughts on it, just
I can
feel
let you
free to
know.
throw that in there. But other than that, while we wait for the others to jump in, man, how you been? What you been playing?
Dude, shout out to a friend of mine, N8. Shout out to N8. I'm now able to watch movies as well, and I catch up on a few movies. Like I watched Sonic 2 and 3. I already seen one not long ago. I watched Deadpool 1, 2, and then what you call it, Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine. I had a blast. Other than that, gaming, I got the Plat 833.
Okay.
That's a proud moment for me. Defeating the secret boss was iffy in the sense of it can be buggy at times, and when he does, you lose your parry or dodging, and then you're fucked. Cause he have a 10 hit combo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have not had a chance to touch it yet. I did play around with Final Fantasy 16. I only played it on my PC yet. I haven't played it on the Xbox yet.
You wanna play 16 again?
I was playing around with it. I'm not committed to playing through it again at the moment. Especially since like I can't start off at the DLC. I never played the DLC.
No, me neither. I wanna play the DLC, that's for sure, but I have other games to play right now to focus on just the
Yeah, it's so many
DLC.
games out right now. I can't commit myself to Final Fantasy 16.
No, this
Um,
16, it's not a
but
time
I
for me
played
right
with
now.
it. I tried to find a way to get a Steam save over, but it wasn't quite make it over there. So I couldn't find a way to get a Steam save over there. Someone figures it out, you know what I'm saying, DM me on Twitter, or I created a Steam question. Created something on True Achievement. Well, there's something on True Achievements where people are trying to figure it out. So if you guys find a way, make it known to the community, because we don't want to start like Square.
I also
They knew that they were releasing this game to other platforms, at some point. They knew it. They knew what timeline it was going to come to PC. They knew what timeline it was going to come to Xbox.
Oh yeah, of course. It's like
so
there's communication between each other.
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is, whether it's on Xbox and Steam or whether it's on Square, there needs to be some type of like cross progression, cross
I
save.
don't. The thing is about
It's a single player game.
There is then there is need to be a what you call it a teamwork between PlayStation, Xbox, and the company you're dealing with, whether a publisher, because if you're playing on PlayStation, the way you played it on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Then your progression needs to come from PlayStation. You need to be.
It does not necessarily if Square creates their own internal solution.
But
like Remnant is like Remnant 2, a game that Kofi loves. It's cross play and cross progression across every platform.
Yeah, but Remnant 2 is online. That's why.
Yeah, but I'm saying you can still create that same online solution without full online gameplay. You can still create that solution. You can create. You can allow us to create Square accounts, and then log into our Square account and pull our save. That's possible.
Not gonna lie, I don't think that will ever happen for a simple fact that they want you to play the game all over again. If you wanna, buy it like that, then just to me, that's how it feels like.
Well, the issue isn't playing it all over again. It's a matter of, like, do I want to play it all over again and then play it again on Final Fantasy mode to get everything?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not talking about playing it over again one time. You're talking about playing it over again 2 or 3
Yeah,
times.
multiple times, especially if you want all
So
the trophies, all the achievements. I get you on
yeah,
that.
so if you
And
want to have the same achievements, that you had, on Xbox that you have on PlayStation, then you got to play the game all over again.
I don't see
Twice.
them never doing anything about that.
So that's what
But
I'm saying.
that
Like there
would be
needs
a
to
good.
be, because Square already has an account management system when it comes to Final Fantasy 14, so they could, kind of copy and paste that in a way. I mean, I know it's going to take a little bit more than copy and paste, but there's something that they could do to
I
where,
get you. I get you. It's that I don't think they will ever commit to something like that. However, I do think that's a smart idea.
yeah, I don't think they will because they don't care about us and
Yeah,
what's more convenient for us, the consumer. So I agree with you, but at the same time, as a consumer, I'm still going to make my desire known
I get
to
you. Yeah.
have that happen. Hey, we got Nappy jumping in.
Yeah, had to play around with the settings, but
How you
it
been,
wasn't the
man?
Stop
What you been
napping.
playing? I know it ain't been too long since we last seen each other, but yeah, how's it going?
It's been going good. I've been playing Monster Hunter Wild, Splitgate 2. I was just talking. I'm sorry, I was just talking. Damn it! I got the Next Fest thing going on right now. I've been looking at games to download. Between
Steam?
Next Fest. Yeah, Steam's Next Fest is happening now, so there's like a crap ton of demos that are out, and it's only for this week. So I've been just looking at some games to download, and I have so far have seen 2 games that I want to try out. One's called Morbid Metal, and the other one's called Tokyo Underground Killer. So those are 2 games I want to test out from the Game Fest. Other than that, pretty much everything's been the same. I've been kind of behind on reviews. My job's been taking up most of my life. Apparently I have to now study for my CCNA. So yeah, networking stuff.
Yeah, CCNA is a
it is. But I mean, if I'm going to make more money and guarantee the safety of me still being employed,
you know that as a veteran, Cisco has a program that helps you get it.
I was looking at a lot of stuff. My company's the one's paying for the test though, and that test is not cheap.
Well, it's not a matter of paying for the test, it's the training and the tools that they give you.
I'll look into it. Yeah, if you can send me stuff. But other than that, gaming wise, got a lot of mobile controllers I still have to get to finish up reviews for. I've just been all over the place, and it's summertime. It's getting warm outside, so
All right. Jubei is on his way. He was in the Discord, but I told him we were going to try StreamYard today for the first time and see how we liked it. We were talking about it yesterday, so I was like, F it, I'll do it today. See how we like it. So I'll put down $1.
You only did $1? I was going to say, if you want, I can definitely was going to donate to the bucket.
We'll talk about it. It is a little pricier than I thought. Not anything crazy if like everyone kicks in, but yeah, it's a little. We can talk about it.
All right, no problem.
Offline. But yeah, so the show has to go on because you just never know with Jubei. So we're going to jump on to the What's on Your Mind segment. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of things that are on people's minds since it's been quite a while since we have had a show. So the floor is open. I think I'm gonna go with Omar first because I know he wanted to talk specifically about something, and we'll chime in. Omar, man, what is on your mind?
Well, what's on my mind is fuck EA.
EA. What did EA do?
You don't know?
What, cancel Black Panther? Was it? What they cancel?
Cancel Black Panther.
Did they even announce that they were making a Black Panther game?
They did.
They did announce it. I can't 100% drop the hammer on EA on this one because the game was in development for 4 years. and according to the reports that went along with, the announcement of the closure, it never got out of pre-production phase. So 4 years and you're still in pre-production. I mean, at some point you got to shit or get off the pot. Like they just can't. They're not a charity.
I get you, but then it makes a question: what is Insomniac doing right that others can't do? We've seen it now. We've seen 2 games. We've seen it Wonder Woman, and now with this one.
Well, Wonder Woman was WB, and WB canceling Wonder Woman has more to do with the other struggles going on in WB, not necessarily any struggles going on in the gaming division. I know that Suicide Squad hurt, but WB is hurting across the board way more in other segments than gaming is hurting them. So
they should license out that goddamn Nemesis system that they put a patent on.
Yeah.
So, we got another person to add to the party. Jube.
Hey, he's alive.
Going.
Oh, and he got the My Hero background.
And here's the My Hero background.
I think we got our backgrounds might need to be like kind of flipped. He got My Hero. I got Xbox. He's supposed to be Captain. He's supposed to be Captain Xbox.
Let me touch on my appearance. Y'all putting the virtual backgrounds up.
Yeah, that's part of the beauty of StreamYard, which is also part of the reason. I'm like, we can kind of glow the stream a little bit, kind of show our personalities a little bit more here. So, yeah, man, how you been? What you been playing? How's your 24 hours plus post show? How's it going, Jube?
I've actually been playing Fantasy Life of all things. Y'all need to get on that.
Really?
Yeah.
So out of all the games that you have right now, are you playing this game?
I am playing the Girl Who Steals Time for sure. For sure, 100%.
All right.
Blink twice if you're held hostage.
I'm not being held hostage, I promise. So I've been playing that. I've also been playing I restarted Final Fantasy 16. So there's that.
on Xbox?
Yeah, he got the Xbox version.
He
didn't finish Final Fantasy 16.
I never finished it, so
you never finished? How far were you?
Not very. I was in the 20s for story missions, I guess. So.
Oh, so like plus side quest, you're at the 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not that far. Yeah.
All
right. Okay.
I'm gonna be checking out that Pro Skater 3 and 4 demo at some point.
It's nice. It's actually nice. I like it.
Is it?
I will wait the 30 days to play the full game. I'm good.
But we've played this game though. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I can wait the 30 days.
I mean, it definitely hits that nostalgia. That nostalgia definitely hits that.
I'll pay the $30 for the early access because you also get Doom Guy with it. So, and I missed it. I got to rewatch the show. But y'all said the Ninja Turtles were in there as well.
Yes.
Yeah, Michelangelo.
Yeah, right. Mikey is definitely there.
All right. Well, before Jube interrupted, we were talking about EA canceling Black Panther. So I'm gonna swing back over there a little bit. But like I said, you got to kind of shit or get off the pot there with that, because I mean, what are we gonna do there? Like there's not really a lot of you can't really blame EA. Now we talked about WB and their struggles with Wonder Woman, but they just had to cancel it because they just suck. And
so Wonder Woman canceled, Black Panther canceled. Is there any other
the Captain America Black Panther game is still going, like the whatever 1942 or whatever, that one's still going
with Amy Hennig, right?
Yeah, that I don't know who's making that one, but that one is still in development.
I think Amy Hennig is on it as well.
Yeah, that one's supposed to still be going. So
And then whatever Insomniac's doing with Wolverine and
apparently
what a waste. They had an opportunity to drop some more Nemesis system goodness, and it works in a hero game. Like that's where I expect it.
Yeah.
But with Suicide Squad bombing the way it did, and
that's their fault. That's their fault.
You got that, and what else? Gotham Knights bombed, and then on top of that, you had you have all the other issues going on at Warner Brothers. Like they just
they did get an up which one the CEO got fired, I think, or let go.
Maybe I haven't been keeping a close eye on WB. I don't doubt it because, like
the
I said,
other one is they did very well with Hogwarts. They sold more than COD that year.
Oh, okay. And
when it got released. Also, apparently WB now split in two.
Yeah. So apparently they split. So I did see that. I don't know all the issues associated with it, but
we just got that information like fresh in an hour ago or something.
No, I saw it this morning, so it's been out for a little bit.
Oh yeah, never mind then.
I don't
just
know
myself.
I don't know a lot beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's unfortunate. I would have liked to see a Black Panther game. I would have loved to have seen a Wonder Woman game. But we do, maybe if the Captain America Black Panther game does very well, maybe they'll both get their own individual game, and maybe it'll kind of spark some more Marvel game creation. I mean, we did see Marvel's Tokon. If that takes off, that might help, more people picking up Marvel licenses. I mean, but
well, with that one, PlayStation literally contacted ARC for that.
Yeah, so I mean,
PlayStation is the one that took the initiative with that one, so it makes you question: can anyone do that the way PlayStation did it? And they just, or they have better connection with stuff with Marvel like that.
Well, they are more familiar using the Marvel IP, being that they do the movies, they do TV shows, and
it was smart of them to connect ARC, especially ARC for what they're known for.
Yeah,
but we're gonna talk about the state of play later.
Yeah, they make a lot of stuff. Speaking of ARC, they make Guilty Gear. I saw that there's a new Guilty Gear anime.
I am not into Guilty Gear, so I can't talk about that.
Yeah, I know. Kofi loves Guilty Gear, so I was gonna say something to him about it, but he's not in here today.
Yeah, too bad. What I will talk about is if there is a biggest surprise that I can attest to, and it's not Resident Evil 9. No, it's literally Game Freak. Freak new game, like.
Well, we'll talk about that when we talk about the showcase stuff.
Yeah, but other than that, it's $80 Outer World 2. That's also part of the showcase.
Yeah.
So, what is free on your mind, guys? Because I don't think I have anything else.
All right.
I got another mobile controller to add to my collection. I got the Backbone Pro controller. So this is the Pro version of the Backbone controller, which
I feel like I've seen that controller before. I mean, but you have so many. I guess they all start.
Why are we wasting money on controllers when you got a handheld that you got to pay for?
You mean?
Well,
because
I still
got the Red Magic 10 Pro, which the reason why I got this gaming phone was to taste mobile controllers. So and people do, and my audience, and Lisa and Nappy Senchi's audience, they do actually like the fact that I'm starting to review mobile controllers. But you know what's crazy about this mobile controller right here? Guess how much this thing cost?
About $80.
Nope, higher.
110.
Higher.
180.
Lower. Actually, no. You're on $180 mobile controller. This thing is literally the most expensive mobile controller And
I say if it's not 110, it's not gonna be 130. It's not gonna be 140. It's gonna be.
So the thing about the reason why it's $180 is because this controller can work with the wire connection and it has a built-in battery for Bluetooth connection. Mind you, the Bluetooth input latency on this thing is around like 15 milliseconds per input when I did a couple of tests on it. So it's not necessarily ideal. There are mobile controllers out there that have a faster input latency with using Bluetooth, but wire connection, this thing only has like an 8 millisecond input latency, but it's interesting. I don't know who would spend $170 on a mobile controller, but people wanted to see this.
I bet they did.
They were curious.
So I mean, more people are mobile gaming than ever, especially outside of the US.
Oh God. COD Mobile is actually starting to. COD Mobile has gotten really big in the West in the United States. Like at the fact that people are plugging up controllers to their tablets and phones and playing COD Mobile, I was shocked to see how big it got. Now the other gacha games, they are still bigger over in the eastern part of the world compared to the West. Weather and Waves has been growing on the West side. So that makes sense, especially when we saw Weather and Waves at the Xbox showcase. Like, I guess the marketing is working because more people are starting to download Weather and Waves, or at least in like the western part of the world.
As gaming gets more expensive, the phone just becomes a very attractive option because all you got to do is buy a controller. And I mean, people are looking for the cheapest way to play, especially if they're not a quote unquote hardcore gamer that's like buying 5 or 6 games a year and all that.
Oh, Chris, and these kids got a new thing. The pro mobile gamers, they got the claw grip, is what they call it, where they have like their phone like this, and they're using like 4 fingers, and it's wild what these kids can do with mobile touch controls. It's honestly like learn how to ride a bike all over again, because I tried to do the 4-claw gamer mobile gaming grip, especially for COD Mobile. It's a learning curve. It's like riding a bike again. These kids, man, they're pros. They're like a pro mobile claw grip.
Okay. Cool. So, well, I am going to assume that Jubei is away, so I'll leave him alone because he's muted in the camera. So, do I have anything?
I'm not away.
Oh, okay. Do you have anything on your mind that you want to hit on before we start diving into topics and things of that nature?
Yeah, I noticed this solo leveling game is exclusive to PC and Xbox right now.
Yeah, actually, Netmarble is same company that made the Soul Leveling Horizon mobile game. I'm shocked. It looks like the exact same engine as the mobile game. They just put it on PC, and there's so far no microtransactions that we can see.
I heard it was a gacha though, but that's why I'm trying to find more information.
We don't know yet. You already know Soul Leveling Horizon because they got some of the worst gachas out of all the gachas.
They don't have some of the worst. Like I have. I haven't spent a dime in that game. I got every character I could have ever wanted.
I'm gonna be honest. They are greedy.
Well,
to you, like I said, I haven't spent a dime, and I constantly get the featured units on the banners, bro. And I haven't spent a dime. I'm just playing the game, so they're not greedy. If I can get that without spending money, they're not greedy. Now, Honkai or Genshin Impact, I gotta spend bread. There's no way.
No, like I about to say, the most generous game, which unfortunately is actually getting shut down, was Tribe 9. That game's getting shut down in November. It didn't make enough money. They were too generous.
Do you guys expect that to be free to play? Solo leveling?
We don't know. We don't know a price.
No, I know we don't know. I'm saying, but do you expect it to be free to play on the Xbox, or do you expect to pay?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was free to play because it's made by Netmarble. They're known for mobile gacha games, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. Because I mean, I saw that there was it looks like there's a big investment in new control functions that aren't available on the mobile version, like you can block and things like that.
We will see. We will see indeed.
I was thinking maybe the introduction of new mechanics might introduce a price. And if it does have a price, I mean that's not a bad deal, especially if on the
4-player co-op too.
Yeah, on the back end, if you don't have to pay for a lot of skins and stuff like that, or you don't get all the gotcha stuff if you pay up front.
If we got 4-player co-op like that, maybe we don't. But I saw other characters, yo. Like we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie though, the asses look like they literally ripped them right out of Soul Leveling or Rise mobile game. It's like a 1-for-1 rip.
I mean, but my kids were just asking me, is there a solo leveling game? And then the fact that it showed up at the showcase and I could show them to them, and they're excited to get up.
Hey, at least they don't have to play the mobile game and get caught up in that crazy gotcha system.
So
my kids don't.
I still F with the mobile game. No, it's fire.
I mean, the combat is fire. It's just
if you got some decent luck and you just play the game, you can get whatever unit you want.
I'm still sticking to Snowbreak and PGR.
That's fine.
Those are.
Question. The game. Is it just part of the gacha, or is it an actual?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. It seems like it's an actual game because it had like blocking, 4-player online co-op. Like it had features in the game that's not in the mobile, and also this game is not coming to mobile. So,
interesting.
So that's why, like, people are saying that it's a gacha game. It will be a weird gacha game to make It'd be weird to make a gacha game for Xbox and PC. Xbox and PC. It will not do well.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a game that you got to pay for, and I don't think it'll have.
There's a demo on Steam that I'm about to try out right now.
I don't think it'll have.
Wait, is it next fest? Wait, is it next fest?
Yes, it is. It started today. There's a demo for it today.
Oh shit! Let's see.
Yeah.
Solo leveling. Rise.
Yes, I'm already installed.
Downloading it.
It looks like a fun game. Me and the kids will definitely play it. So
I'm just. It doesn't have a price yet, though. I really hope this better not be a gacha.
You can get the
if it has a price, then it's not a gacha game.
No, there's no price yet. We don't see any price.
I don't think it's going to be free to play. I got the feeling that it's not going to be free to play. Especially as popular as solo leveling is right now. Like even if it's not like a $50 game, I think they'll make you pay something.
The game only takes up 30 gigabytes of storage. That's a small game. It's using a mobile engine. That's why the gig to storage is so small for this game. But that's actually a good thing though. To be able to take a mobile engine and put it on PC and Xbox is just it's going to run well regardless. Yeah. So we don't have to worry about performance issue at least. Interesting.
So what you're saying is it's gonna sing on that handheld is what you're saying.
It's gonna wail like it's gonna be like I guess nowadays SZA vocals and Ariana Grande vocals.
It didn't get announced on a stage, but there's another anime game that got announced that has a exclusivity. Being that we're talking about exclusive anime, Seven Deadly Sins is exclusive to Xbox. I mean, exclusive to PlayStation. For a year. I don't think it has as much popularity as Solo Leveling, but it's still a very popular anime. I wonder how it will do compared to Solo Leveling. I think Solo Leveling has a little bit more popularity, so it might do a little bit better. But I mean,
it all depends on the gameplay. Yeah, I'm excited about 7 Deadly Sins despite how the anime ended.
Well,
I meant how the anime is, but yeah.
The thing with 7 Deadly Sins though is that it's an RPG versus this one is like a jump in. Solo Leveling is more of like a jump in and play.
Yeah, that's why.
So I'm excited like about different games. So like it's not just the IP itself; it's just the style of that. I can jump in and play, and give this game 20 minutes. Whereas 7 Deadly Sins, I'm gonna have to put some hours into that. Yeah, I got to put some hours into it. So it's just gonna be interesting to see like how the anime / gaming community receives these titles. Definitely. Anything else that we want to touch on for what's on your mind before we jump into these topics?
Last but not least, Stellar Blade is coming out in 2 days on PC, and
it already has nude mods for it already, and the game's tragic.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is Nexus Mods has been taking down all the sexual mod. They've been on a mod killing spree lately when it comes to messing around with access, and their excuse is that these characters are based off of real people, so they don't want to get sued.
All that's going to happen is that you guys are going to jump in a Discord and give the mods to each other that way.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much what we did. That was like with Resident Evil 6 when they took Ashley because she was based off of a real person with weirdly a different voice actor though. The voice actor and the woman are two completely different people. But they gave Ashley big ass titties, fat ass. And it's kind of weird though because the body model, like the actual girl who used her body as in the face as the model for Ashley, she was streaming RE4 and she even installed some of the mods as a joke. And I'm just like, well, she's not offended. So
the company's offended. The company doesn't want their character to be shown in a certain light. It's not
she
about
is the character. She literally is the she's physically the character.
They don't care. They're protecting their brand, not her brand. So that's all that is.
But yeah,
like the Stellar Blade, the person that had the nude mod during the Street Fighter tournament.
Oh, that was probably because that was actually an employee. That wasn't even like a guy. He forgot to take all the mods off his computer. I don't even know why you volunteered your own computer.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, Stellar Blade is coming out, and Stellar Blade does have a demo as well. So you can test out on your PC and well optimized game, a GTX 1060 RX 580. So what's up with these Korean games? They really know how to optimize their games. I'll give them that.
Hey man, Koreans decided that it's time to jump into gaming. I mean, gaming, depending on the type of game that you're making, it's becoming extremely lucrative because you're not just getting the game revenue, which can be, hit or miss to an extent, with the time that it takes to develop a game plus the return you get on the game. But I mean, now you're getting TV shows, you're getting anime, getting all types of stuff.
Yeah, so, it's kind of crazy though because like Koreans, they know for like on the mobile side, they got plenty of Korean mobile gacha games and MOBAs. So, and it's like actually looking at their character assets, and they honestly look like they're very similar to some of the character assets. If you get like high quality phones, you can download like high HD packets. That's honestly what Stellar Blade looks like. It looks like assets from a mobile game. No bullshit.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that they're just taking like one engine or their own engines that they use for mobile and just upscaling and putting on consoles, which I'm not complaining. Great. That means it's going to run amazing. But you could see the tricks and that or not tricks as I say, but looking at the models, you could tell that this is using similar engines to their that they use on mobile. They're just putting it on consoles.
All right. Yeah. That is beautiful. That we're getting such synergy between engines and devices and all that good stuff. But look who we have here. It is none other than Kofi. Doesn't have his name up. Oh, maybe it just stopped on our names. We got so many people up here.
He's alive.
Yeah, Kofi with a mask, like what's going on? Raccoon City, like what's going on?
Would you know what this mask is from?
Remnant.
I'll give you a clue.
It's Killzone. It's Killzone. Why are we talking like that's not Killzone?
It is. You're right. Where are the ISA? Gotta hunt down the ISA, No,
Moonlighter 2?
Say again?
Moonlighter 2.
Oh yeah, Moonlighter 2 looks hot. Reggie and I were geeking out over the trailer from, I think the trailer came out a couple months ago, but I haven't seen anything recent. Sorry, I don't want to.
There's a demo for it.
Oh, there's a demo. Oh, no, I have not.
Yeah, there's literally a demo for around a week now that you can play.
Oh, shoot.
Afterwards, it will go away. It's an NetFest demo. Yeah.
There's so many really exciting things to play right now, and I'm being like an absolute, what do you call that? Like someone who just can't focus on anything particular. I'm all over the place. But sorry if you guys
focus.
Oh, what's the topics? I'm sorry, I don't want to.
I will. The topics today, we're just gonna be doing our post-show case reactions.
Oh, okay. I just didn't want to like jump in because I wasn't listening.
We're gonna be talking about hardware. We're gonna be talking about the Outer Worlds 2 Direct and $80 games. That's what we're gonna be talking about.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah. Anything on your mind, Kofi?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good things on my mind. Shout out to what do you call that? I guess Mojang and the team under Mojang, because my family and I, we did play a lot of Minecraft Dungeons since sometime last year, and ended up getting the platinum just like 4 or 3 days ago. Yeah, I happen to know a lot about Minecraft Dungeons that I never thought I would know, but it is a really fun game. I think it teaches people who are new to the top-down exploratory genre, almost like a Diablo or Path of Exile kind of concept. It teaches a lot of those kind of mechanics well, understanding what cooldown is, just some of those nuanced things that you don't learn when you're first picking up the controller. That's been great for my family, and my sons are very proficient now. They know how to do all the sorts of things, dodge and deal with specific boss attacks, and you have to beat the game on the highest difficulty. And we made quick work of that. And now my oldest likes to farm them. He just wants to go back and keep killing the hardest boss. So that's been really fun, and we did all the DLC too. So there was a lot of content that we got through, and now we're doing ancient hunts, getting gold and all that stuff. So I'm sure you guys might have discussed it prior. There was like rumors that Minecraft Dungeons 2 is basically going to be a thing. Of course, why not, right? With the series,
I don't see why it wouldn't be a thing, because I think outside of traditional Minecraft, it's their most successful Minecraft. I think it's more successful than Minecraft Legends. I think they only have Minecraft Legends and Minecraft Dungeons, but Dungeons has the arcade. They're on the arcade scene. It has an arcade game and other stuff. So I would assume that they would do a Minecraft Dungeons too. It would make sense.
Yeah, like the community's, I think, overall been happy with it. Obviously, like you can find like the most niche people complaining about the lack of support, but I mean the game is 5 years old. Anyway, other than that, a lot of Expedition.
Nice.
I am really enjoying Expedition. I enjoy the darkness. I enjoy the humor and the balance of really characters that have a lot of personality even with a little bit of screen time. And that means a lot. I'm not trying to, diss anybody, but you feel like this world has been lived in, and you meet characters that are very experienced in the world. And so, sometimes you might be in an RPG where all, let's say, 7 or 5 members go to an area and they're like, what is going on? But in this game, there are, at times there are characters with you that know a lot about the area and kind of can interact with the world in a way that's really interesting. Not just like, I know how to press a button, but it'll be like, I can communicate with natives in this area. And that kind of rapport kind of grounds you. Makes you feel like this place is not just a bunch of random NPCs walking around. So I've been really appreciating that. The combat, I really like it. I think some of the combat mechanics are a little wordy, but I like what they do, and I like spending some time in the lab and figuring out which Pictos and Lumina I should be using. So for people who haven't started the game yet, Pictos and Lumina are basically extra skills that passively boost or change your character in a specific way, maybe give you an advantage with speed, or an advantage with elements, or an advantage when you kill a character. And if you really learn, a particular skill of a character, you'll appreciate their uniqueness because they'll be able to, do great damage to a boss. Just like in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and that we've seen in many Final Fantasy games, breaking or staggering enemy is a significant part of much of the strategy. But learning the defensive techniques and blocking has been really, really fun. I have to say this again. I brought up this game I think many times, but the one game that reminds me the most for defensive strategies at Expedition 33 is Capcom and Image Epic's Last Ranker. It was a PSP game that ran on an ATB type system, and blocking and playing defense was the exact same as Expedition 33. You had to read really strange attacks. You might meet somebody who fights like Ryu from Street Fighter. You might fight a person who has a huge axe, and they have these really offbeat swings where you have to time it, and you can counter them and you break them, and it allows you to use over the top moves. And I always have this strange prediction that Image Epic, unfortunately they're defunct now, but that was one of their last games, and I think they put their heart and soul into that engine, and unfortunately it didn't work out for them, and it was never localized, so they didn't get it out of Japan or Asia. So to see a system like that kind of exist in Expedition 33, let alone with a party, is really cool to see. And I am really enjoying it. I'm in Act 2. I don't usually lose because I take my Pictos and Lumina very seriously, but I have caught myself slipping at times. So I guess that's what's been on my mind. I've also been playing some other games that I will be judged for, so I will bring those up maybe when I'm done those. But
are you sure? Are you sure? I brought up the fact that I'm playing Fantasy Life, bro.
Oh, you are? Okay. Okay. We're on the same level
for it. Mostly because of the amount of games that there are, and look what he's playing right now.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Can I get your thoughts on Fantasy Life real quick? What's up with that? I haven't even seen gameplay. I've only seen screenshots.
It's fantastic. If you've ever played a Fantasy Life game, it's more of that.
Yo, I saw some people posted I got this for research purposes, but I can't judge you. So okay, all right.
I got it for research purposes.
It's like Animal Crossing without a bunch of nonsense loading and nonsense. You can you can climb and hop and all that other stuff. It's just everything I wanted to do in Animal Crossing.
All right, since you were honest, I'll bring it up, man. You guys know I'm a big fan of Koei Tecmo. Almost all of their titles I buy. It just I have to automatically buy it. I ended up importing Dead or Alive Venus Vacation Prison. Do you guys know this thing?
Venus Vacation Prison. I have to look that up.
Yeah. Oh no, you know it, Pharaoh. You and I, we go back because we played the original version of this game on the first Xbox. It was just Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Okay.
This is the latest version of that. It's only in Japan and Asia right now.
Oh, it's a new one. Okay. It just released on March 27th. Okay.
Yeah. And it's on sale now. And so this game is
it's on
I don't know what to say about this game because it's not that good. But there's a couple things that it does really, really, really well. And I'm just casually playing it. And I'm I shouldn't be playing this game. I honestly am saying I shouldn't not be playing this. Let me go back to Expedition. Let me go back to Vindictus, which is another game I want to talk about. But there's just certain things this game does that's really good. So yeah, I'm saying this Jubei right now, man.
Yeah, it's the fact that you can switch between once you learn a job. If you do something that the job pertains to, you just automatically switch to that job, and you don't have to go back home and worry about equipment or any of that. It's just pure quality of life from Animal Crossing. It's definitely worth it.
I gotta check that game out there because I saw some people actually buying it. I was like, oh, is this actually good? I didn't think it was.
Let's see. Let's see what Kofi's playing.
Yeah, fair. I'll just say this: the character models are the best. It's like DOA. what DOA 7 will probably look
like. All right, what do we got here, Kofi?
オーナーのお仕事は参加する女の子たちをビーナスとして思いっきり輝かせてあげること。
I see physics.
女の子をスカウトして可愛く写真を撮ってね。
Leave it back in the 360 PS3s, huh?
可愛く撮れてるか
I
な。
see why you guys are playing the game now, y'all.
もっと大
Y'all are
切な
enjoying
の
the
は
asset.
女の子のいろんな魅力を見つけてあげること。
So what the difference between this game and the game we played
どう
for
かな
is
オ
more
ーナー。写真をフェスの事務局に提出すると、
oh, actually there's
オーナーのおかげでファンが増えたみたい。ありがとうございます。とっても嬉しいです。女の子と距離が縮まれば。どこ見てるの？オーナー。濡れてしまいました。
Oh, you can barely hear Kofi? That's on Kofi.
ちゃんと見ててよね。
No, this
オ
video
ー
is
ナー。
loud.
私が。
I can mute the audio.
yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
that is
the
loud.
audio is loud.
I don't hear the audio.
Oh my gosh, it was
Yeah,
like
no,
Well, I don't hear it
loud.
now. I don't hear it now, but it was loud.
Yeah, I don't hear it now.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Y'all
hear
can't
it.
say nothing to me about playing Snowbreak Containment Zone anymore, because
So, is it like a data thing? There is no actual
Yeah.
fighting whatsoever?
correct.
Oh, you're playing a Love Island game, basically. You're playing
Yeah.
like the shows that your wife watches. You're playing.
The show. I'm glad she's not into
The Bachelorette and stuff like that. Yeah. That's
oh,
the
God,
reality
what's that? Lust
and so like
Island?
after trying this game, it's not a good game. There are certain reasons for me saying it's not good, but there are certain.
But you're gonna play it.
Yep.
No, he is playing it. Not he's going to. He is
Yep.
actively.
He is enjoying the assets.
He's enjoying them jiggle physics.
All right. Well, that is the end. PlayStation. All right. Yeah. Interesting taste you have there, Kofi. But
Definitely a dilemma.
I think you can still play beach volleyball on Xbox.
Yeah, and there's other games too. There is free games like your Ice Break Containment, whatever they call it.
Snowbreak Containment Zone.
That's the thing. I have not seen this series since you and I saw it back, 2000 something, Pharaoh, 2005?
Yeah.
I saw some reviews from a reviewer. And this is what they said. They said this game is not good, but this person said this game is not good, but I caught feelings. And I was like, all right.
But I caught feelings.
That's what he said. And I agree it's not good. I don't know about catching feelings, but there are certain parts of the game that are done well enough. I think it's just like character personalities finally feel grounded. I don't know how to describe it, but there's just so little in the game. It's just not good. I would never recommend.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I think we've cleared what's on your mind, and we've given Kofi hard enough time. We can start moving on to post showcase reactions. Let's see.
Jesus, this is going to be a huge topic.
Yeah.
We got 3 showcases. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I'm. The thing is that we're not deep diving on all of them. We're just whatever sticks out to you and what you want to talk about when it's your turn. That's what we get to talk about here. So let's go post showcase reaction. So we're focusing on the big 3: the Sony State of Play, the Summer Games Fest, and the Xbox Showcase. Followed by that's what we're focusing on. That's just those 3. And if you saw some of the smaller shows like the Unreal Engine tech demo and stuff like that, feel free to chime in on that too. We saw a lot of really great games this this runaround, not a lot of tried and true IP. I think we saw a lot of like newer type IP games that are finally starting to hit the market. That maybe we haven't seen in recent years. So it looks like we're getting a little bit more of that. But yeah, Kofi, since you were the last one talking, might as well be the first one talking on this one. What showcases did you watch, and kind of what stuck out to you, across what you saw?
I did not see the Xbox showcase.
Okay.
I did catch some of the Summerfest. I'll say for what games I've seen announced in general, Summerfest had some low points that didn't exactly have me excited. When it comes to the PlayStation showcase, I'd be remiss to not mention all of the publishers involved in Japan. And there's just a great list of things that either got me excited because I don't play those franchises very often, or got me excited because I'm a veteran of those franchises. For example, Silent Hill F.
Yeah.
I played Silent Hill 3, but I didn't play the Room. I didn't even play 2 Remake. But I think the Japan setting for F definitely sparked my interest. And, I looked over there and I said, that might be a title I might, try to jump into.
Okay.
And then, of course, seeing something like Neo announced to come out so soon.
Yeah, Neo 3. Yeah, that's a tried and true one. I forgot about that, but yeah.
Because Rise of the Ronin, another title from the same publisher, Koei Tecmo right now, they're not missing me.
So
that just came out. So
with the Neo 3, did you get to touch the demo this weekend?
I did play the demo. Forgot to mention that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very interesting now that you have roles that you can switch between on the fly. I know that we have something like Assassin's Creed, where there are 2 roles between Yasuke and I don't remember the lady's name, where you can switch between who you're playing. And then, of course, in the first Ghost of Tsushima, there was a proposed, sneak mechanic that probably wasn't very fleshed out. But this one, in Neo, you can literally, with the press of a button, switch between being a ninja and being a samurai. And what's cool is the samurai skills are very much Neo too. For every strike that you do, there's kind of like a recovery button where you get back stamina. It's almost like you have like a rhythm that you fight with. You get your 3 hits in, 4 hits in, and then you press R1 to get some of that stamina back, and it keeps you attacking. Where now in the ninja form, that same button that might get your stamina back for attacking allows you to shadow step, kind of. Shadow steps, of course, the statement. It's almost like a Kagebunshin no Jutsu, where you create a shadow of yourself and kind of like backstep, and you can distract attackers who would be. It's almost like, let's say I do strike, and then I might do this shadow step, and the shadow would, be right in front of the enemy. They may go for the shadow, and it gives me a new vantage point to attack with. So that's really cool. Switching between that and the fly is definitely going to up the complexity of Neo. I always love Neo because of, you're switching stances, and then you're gathering different soul monsters to do different types of attacks with. So there's just so many different things that you can kind of dream up your character with. And it's definitely why I've migrated towards their combat mechanics over other Souls-likes. The verticality is there. So, Neo, there's no real like climbing up and down. Now that was changed. The reason I mentioned that is, it was released on Game Pass, and I ended up picking up on PlayStation. Was Wolong Fallen Dynasty. Wolong Fallen Dynasty is like Neo without stamina and with verticality and jumping. And I remember playing that, I think, last year or 2 years ago. Like, oh, this is great. I hope, Neo one day has verticality and jumping. Well, it's here. Now Neo 3 has everything they learned from Neo 2 in math complexity and, like I said, verticality and finally having a jump button. And I had a wonderful, wonderful time just taking in the maps and reliving the I don't know, the dopamine rush that is the Neo experience. So I loved it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So that's basically Neo. What'd you think about Marvel's Tokon? Is that something that you?
Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah, that was really cool. For me, seeing the swagger of Arc System Works. I recently, by the way, shout out to Jubei. I finally picked up Guilty Gear Strive. And,
by the way, there is a Guilty Gear Strive anime that just started.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. Like, what was it called? Exard. I have so many hours in Exard, it's crazy. Of course, most of my hours in Exard was with Jam, so I'm kind of screwed on Strive. But I was really getting into fighters, and to see Arc System Works once again step into an arena that they've never done a game for, but brings so much experience with Dragon Ball Fighter Z, from what's that other game, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, and of course GGS. So it was just amazing. Now, when I see Marvel characters fighting, it makes me think like, man, if they had done Capcom versus SNK and somehow figured out if they could be the developer, why would Capcom let them do that? But I guess the first thing that comes to my mind is Marvel versus something, and not just Marvel, if you're trying to live out Tokon. But no, overall, I'm so glad, because the internet's reaction to it says a lot about what the franchise means. And finally, some higher up said, we want you to, double down on this. And, I couldn't be happier. I remember, rumors of Arc System Works being acquired by PlayStation in the whole acquisition period. And maybe what came to that was just them working together on a franchise. And I'm happy with that. I'm totally happy with that, because right now Arc System they're not really missing. I can't think of a game that came out was total dud in a long time. So shout out to them.
I hope that Tokon can be one of the next big fighters. Fighters that are kind of niche, and some do well, some don't. Even like some of the bigger names. So I'm hoping the Marvel one picks up. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
There were a lot of really great little subtle details in the trailer where you got to see Daredevil's office and Daredevil watching you fight and stuff like that. So they really had some really cool attention to detail with that game. I'm really hoping it does do well.
Heck yeah. Pragmata looks cool. There was a lot of things that I thought looked really cool.
Yeah, Pragmata showed up again on the Summer Games Fest stage, and that looked pretty decent. Did you see the Resident Evil 8 trailer?
Resident Evil 9, yes.
Yeah, Resident Evil 9, I'm sorry, 9.
Did. Yeah. And, I had to talk with, I'm trying to think, Fair, Nemesis. I had to call him immediately, because he's a huge Resident Evil Outbreak fan. And, the lady in the yellow hair is related to people from the Outbreak game, which, by the way, was a mixed review game. Yeah. It's the same last name. I forget the last name.
What was her character?
It's the daughter of
Ashcroft.
Yeah.
Really?
It's the daughter of, okay, so you know the name. You know the name, right?
I know Croft. I was like,
yeah. It's hold on, I'm gonna pull it up right now. Yeah, Alyssa Ashcroft, and then now it's Grace Ashcroft in Resident Evil 9. But Alyssa Ashcroft was an Outbreak. Yeah. So she was there from that original incident, and that's why this we don't know if it's a daughter, but we maybe descendant or family, descendant family. We'll have some references, and that was really cool. So I ended up reaching out to Nemesis, and he gave me like a dissertation of the Resident Evil world and how they could be connected, and of course Leon. I mean, I'm trying to think. We haven't seen Leon in a new game since 6. I actually enjoyed 6. I know I'm like the only guy left on Earth that actually would say something nice about the 6. I'd love
you'll be surprised. A lot of people actually like 6. They say it was a good game, just a bad Resident Evil game, but a good game.
Yeah, I
terrible. I can't imagine you guys enjoying it. Nah, 6 was terrible.
Nah, it was good.
You're
It's a
being
fun
normal.
game.
You're being normal, Omar. So I'm not gonna knock you for that. It's totally
the one thing I'll say that's kind of
But the Leon campaign was literally the best part of that game.
Yes, it was. I agree.
I actually like Ada Wong's campaign.
Okay, I can not disagree with that either. Yeah, Ada's and Leon for sure. I don't know about Wesker's son though. That was a lot.
Well, I actually I do want them to do something with Jake Wesker because I don't want him to go to waste. And I understand Chris Story was basically for all the call it. They said they literally made those 3 campaigns for 3 different type of people. They tried to make a game for everyone. Didn't please nobody.
Yep.
When I was watching that trailer, the first thing that popped in my mind was, you live in a world full of zombies and you got time to be a serial killer? Didn't she get kidnapped by like a serial killer in the trailer? Like that's kind of was. I got to go back and watch it, but like she was like investigating a serial killer and she got captured in the trailer. I'm like, really?
Oh, you're talking about the new chick from that one?
Yeah, she got kidnapped in the trailer. I was like,
the one that was hitting on Leon.
That was interesting angle they took. But yeah. Omar, what were your thoughts on the showcases that you got to watch? You know, whether it be the big 3 or even some of the smaller ones.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the big 3. First off, I rate PlayStation 9, Xbox 8, and the fucking Summerfest showcase a 4. That shit was atrocious.
Okay.
Like that was terrible.
Okay, so break down how you came to these ratings since you gave them out so early.
So heck, I would even go knock one point down for Xbox to a 7, mostly because of the fucking ending. That one last trailer, and then they show you fucking Call of Duty.
Their biggest game.
What's Call of Duty? People like playing Call of Duty.
Was so fucking like the way they masked it. It's like it's some.
It felt like something new. The trailer felt like you were getting something new, but
yeah.
that you're familiar
Like I felt even more blue balls than what PlayStation did with God of Yote.
You know what? It had a Quantum Break type feel to it.
Yeah, I was thinking
it felt very sci-fi-ish.
I was gonna say Call of Duty Advanced. You guys forgot all about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Control 2.
No, I didn't. But I'm just saying, like the trailer itself kind of had like that Quantum Break type feel, like a sci-fi-ish type game type feel to it. I don't think people were expecting the Black Ops.
They know Call of Duty is trash, which is why they tried to create something what it's not. Like, why not just show Call of Duty for what it is, Call of Duty, instead of trying to create something that's not? That's my biggest issue. And for the PlayStation, don't worry, I didn't forget about them with with that God of Yote blue ball. Like I was pissed at that. Like I was ready for the gameplay, dude. Like it was.
So you're pissed at both of them, but one got a 9 one got an 8 that got bumped down to a 7, and the other one got a 9, but you're pissed at both.
Oh no, I already took a point off from that with what you call it with PlayStation. But I can't take a point and it's an 8 long. Like to be fair, like it could go both ways in the sense of like both showcases were good, unlike the Summerfest showcase, which it had a few surprises. The biggest one is Resident Evil 9. Congratulations. The bait and switch was nice. Like nobody gonna be angry about that. For the PlayStation front, Marvel.com, like shout out to PlayStation for that one. Working with Arc like that, and I love the story about how they created something and Arc created a design and sent it to Marvel, and Marvel like, no, we want your style. And then when they created something what I could know for Marvel was like, yeah, that's it. We're gonna go with that. Like I love these type of stories. The game being 4v4, I'm not fan of that. Not gonna lie. Um, I'm old school 1v1. That me. Um, just with just like how I played what you call it, DBZ Fighters. I'm gonna play this. I meant Sparkling Zero. I'm gonna play this one and see what the fuss is about. Other than that, that must die game from the creator of
Oh, Suda 51. That was cool.
yeah, like yeah, that's a day one. That's
Yeah.
from the studio behind Chainsaw Lollipop, among other games. I I think Grasshopper, but I'm not. I'm
Grasshopper
not.
Manufacturing. Yes.
Yeah.
Something is a dead man.
So that should look clean. There is that studio behind Journey and the Pathless with the sword of something, sword of the sea of sword or something like that. Basically, it's like Journey but with a sword, and you can do platforming and stuff like that. That's another game I'm excited about. There is that origami game that was revealed at PlayStation that reminded me of a Terraform, Terraway Unfolded. Another game I'm excited about. One of the best showing was for what you call it, Silent Hill F.
Yeah, that looked good.
It truly feels like Silent Hill is back.
I mean, I liked how the game looked. I saw some. I guess.
To me, it feels fresh. It feels different from the normal Silent Hill.
I like everything I saw about the game, but I do think that there's like some valid criticisms to like it being like a younger girl and some of her reactions, the things she's seeing. She doesn't seem like overly scared by it, and then you didn't see evidence of her taking a lot of damage. I mean, with those like little like picky things, but overall, I think
we're gonna see.
I thought the game looked great. No, I really do think the game looked great, but I do think those are little things that you're gonna be like watch like. That doesn't pull you out of the immersion. Like she doesn't get as scared. If she doesn't get as scared as you do, like
another game. Yeah.
No, I was just saying, like that's like some of the things I saw when it came out. The game looks great though. It's just like
the game looks great. Like,
but I feel like the it would have really hit home her being a little girl. Like if like her being scared would have played into you being scared playing the game a little bit more.
Not only that, the studio behind it apparently is a nobody studio.
Yeah.
But the game was great. That way, the atmosphere look phenomenal.
Yeah,
the enemies, the enemy types look fresh and new and horror-y. So yeah, that was phenomenal. Other than that, Digimon. I'm a huge Digimon fan, so
yeah, Digimon game did look interesting. I give it that.
Yeah.
30 FPS, but I mean, to me, I don't care. I'm gonna play it nonetheless. What else?
It's 60 FPS on PC, but only 30 FPS on console, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else did they show on PlayStation? I think that's it for the most part. They had a few VR games. That Tetris game, I'm not touching on that anyway.
Oh, you didn't like Lumines?
That touching the Tetris? No, it. Which one?
Lumines.
Yeah, Luminous.
Or Luminous, yeah.
It's a classic.
I haven't touched
classic Vita game.
PSP. I haven't touched it since the PSP.
PlayStation Portable.
Yeah, PSP.
No, I will say Neo 3. Team Ninja is being crazy at work because they just released Rise not too long ago, like a year or something.
Yep.
So for them to be already working on Neo 3.
And they also weren't they also part of Ninja Gaiden 4's development? Platinum Games and Koei?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've
and
been busy.
Even though it was the Omega team, Wolong Fallen Dynasty. It was a lot.
Yeah, they've been busy. I mean, but they are a publisher. Publishers are supposed to be busy. They're not a studio. They're a publisher, so they're supposed to be busy.
Yeah. Yeah. So all by all, outside of the blue ball from God of Yote, PlayStation, whether they didn't show up themselves, the games that they did show were phenomenal. And most of them I'm excited about, and I'm gonna play day one. Even that fighting game, I'm excited about that. Because bit by bit, I started getting more into fighting the way I played Sparkling, and I enjoyed it.
Okay,
Now,
how'd you feel about the fighting stick announcement?
don't care.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not for me. The same way with the handheld. That's not for me. So I'm not. So I don't take point or add point to it. Like that's not my focus.
Okay.
For the people, I'm pretty sure for people like Coffee, for Jube, is their day one on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now to the Xbox Showcase, Double Fine new game. I'm so excited about that one. Keeper. Like you're literally a fucking light tower, and
Yeah,
you're gonna do puzzly and platforming stuff. Like that shit look fresh. Another thing is the clock.
Work Revolution.
Yeah, thank you. That should look a cross between Dishonor and Bioshock, which I'm excited about. Um, they they showed us extensive amount of gameplay that I was wondering how the game is gonna be, and you can go back in time, move time, and stuff like that, and
Yep.
you even can get erase yourself from time. So it's super interesting to see how that's gonna work out. Another game that showed that I literally screamed, High on Life Part 2.
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
I'm so excited about that one. Um, as, they clearly showcase a few new guns, even a bow. So I can't wait. It's just more High on Life, and I'm a huge High on Life fan. So yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, there is um, there is the whole Final Fantasy stuff that doesn't affect me, so I didn't care about that. The console itself, I meant the handheld itself, didn't care about it. Gears, something. I watched it. I'm like, I already beat that, so I'm not interested in that one. Maybe the second one, I will play it, but the first one I already beat. Other than that, what did Oh yeah, Xbox had what you call it, a new Plague Tale.
New
That
Plague
I'm excited
Tale.
about. Yeah,
There was
Plague
a game
Tale.
that you wanted to talk about from Game Freak, the
Yeah,
post-apocalyptic Japanese
yeah.
game.
Yo, Game
Oh,
Freak, Game Freak need to be to move away from Nintendo. If this is what Game Freak can do without Nintendo, put Nintendo in the gutter.
bruh, exactly, bro. I know
I
Pokemon
wish,
fans are
I
punching
wish
air that
Zero
they
was
can't get a
here.
game that looks like that.
I know.
I
Zero
wish
probably like,
Zero
really?
was here.
And
I wanna.
speaking of Pokemon, nobody spoke. Well, so far nobody said
Oh,
anything about the Pokemon ripoff game that showed up on the Xbox showcase.
oh yeah,
Interesting.
another game that
No, that it's not
They're not
an,
gonna get sued. They're
it's
not.
not it's not an Pokemon League though. It's different. It's also
It
action based.
no,
It's different, but some of the
it's
Pokemon look. Some of the monsters look exactly like Pokemon.
like
I
it
need to
basically was
rewatch that.
it's the monster capturing system. That's what Power's fighting right now. The fact that you can capture and tame monsters is what it's stupid. But right now it's getting hard. Nintendo is actually spending a lot of money, and they are not winning so far.
Okay.
I don't think they are going to win, especially with this new game that's coming out.
Well, it's going to suck. It's going to suck even worse because Nintendo spent like millions of dollars, and if they lose this case, they at most may get 10% of their spendings back.
Good. So I forgot to mention it. I'm gonna go back to the PlayStation showcase very quick. Pragmata, it's alive.
Yeah, but that was on the Summer
Yeah,
Games
we mentioned that. We mentioned that.
That was on Summer Games Fest. That wasn't at PlayStation.
No, that was a PlayStation.
It was on PlayStation?
Yeah,
it was on PlayStation.
Okay, I just remember I remember everything Capcom at Summer Games Fest.
No,
it was on PlayStation.
Okay.
This was PlayStation.
It blended together for me.
This is why I get PlayStation also 9, because we got this game finally. And I love the fucking tag behind it. It's a what you call it? Either it's real or it's alive or something. Like even they know that they went too long without any news. So I'm super excited about that one. And now going back to the Xbox Showcase, holy fuck, that Game Freak new game. Like Nintendo, how the fuck do you give one of your best, not studio, but a studio that you always partner up with, you don't give them that love, that money, that care? Like, I don't think it's hardware only. I truly yeah, go ahead.
I mean that you got to remember that's even the Switch 2 with that custom NVIDIA chip can only do but so much.
Dude, but looks at night and day different. Yeah, I get it. PlayStation 5, Series X, but the way, to me it feels like Nintendo is being cheap on them. In any case,
I can see that. I can 100% see where you're coming from with that.
They're not being cheap on Game Freak. They're just being cheap with their hardware, and it just limits what Game Freak is able to deliver.
I'm about to say you want to put all those crazy assets with the God knows how many amounts of polygons, like even in like hair textures and stuff. Man, that's gonna burn in. That's what you gonna burn up.
So yeah. About that, going back to it, I'm not sure. Apparently, it's a Souls game. Word on the street is a Souls game, but we will see.
Yeah, it says it's a Souls-like, post-apocalyptic Japanese.
Yeah,
which game?
The Game Freak game.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
I'm absolutely day one on it. That shit looks phenomenal.
We're getting a lot of Souls games.
So this is my issue with the Summerfest now. I'm gonna go to the Summerfest. One, the oversaturation of Souls game. Way too many.
I don't disagree. Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I mostly like them all. I like Lies of P, and I was playing what's it called with Pharaoh and with Kenshiro, Lords of the Fallen. I like them, but there's a lot of them.
Like Mortal Shell 2 got announced, Code Vein 2 got announced. That, aside from the 4 or 5 other Soul games that on the showcase alone. So I'm like, now Soul games are like looking a lot more like live service games. Like you're oversaturating the market.
Yeah, because we got Wu Chang coming out in July, which looks good.
Yeah, Wu Chang Fallen Valley.
Yeah, no, Wu Chang is online, so I don't count it.
Oh,
it's online, so you don't
apparently, apparently it's online. It's left from what I've heard. It's live service. So we will see. But besides that, the biggest issue with Jeff Keighley showcase is the length. While Xbox and PlayStation was 1 hour each, or Xbox was 1 hour and PlayStation was 40 minutes, Jeff Keighley was close to 2 hours, if not more. And when you oversaturate the market with what you call it, Souls game, and then oversaturate it even further with live service reveal, you're left with very little game to be like new, exciting, fresh. Like when Salt game, yeah, I played them, but once you have played one, you have played all for the most part. They don't tend to do just something different or unique. Most of the game follows the Salt formula of what you call it, Demon Soul, Dark Soul, call it today. There is no real twist to it, sadly, like Bloodborne does, gameplay mechanic wise. The only one that I've seen doing it that I need to play is Light of P.
Yep.
Uh, Going back now to that showcase was legit slow. It felt slow. It felt boring.
Yeah, too much talking on stage for the Summer Games Fest. I will
Not
agree with you there.
like, yeah, I get it. It my yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm spoiled. I was spoiled already with the PlayStation showcase. And then, because I've seen people not loving the PlayStation showcase.
Well, maybe the developers are asking Keighley for a place to talk about their game, and maybe that's why it's extending the show. But I do agree that it does go on too long.
Between Jeff Keighley showcase and PlayStation showcase, there was another showcase that was close to indie-esque, and that had some of the best joke games out there revealed. At least for me. We got a Sacrifier release date, which is a turn-based game, but it moves in real time mid combat. So basically, an enemy does a move, let's say a bullet hell move. If you're not moving, the bullet are not moving. The second you move, the bullet comes to you. So it's super unique. Other than that, they revealed some Metrovanias I'm excited about. Um, and some other game. Apparently, there's a game where you combine cooking and turn-based combat. So that's gonna be interesting. Um, Outside of that, there were a few showcases like the PC one that I didn't watch at completion. I did watch the other showcase, um, which for the most part, the one with Laura Bailey. Um, that was a great showcase. Without and even Yuri Longsall made an appearance, which with his game is super interesting. Um, what else? I yeah. Other than that, we had the Death Stranding 2 showcase, which I didn't watch all of it. I watched a snippet, and yeah, I can't wait. Death Stranding 2 is gonna be phenomenal. All by all, I am a happy camper when it comes to games. Like, I saw a tweet and I couldn't disagree with it. It said that I am not I am not mad at any showcase because that's all more games for me to play. And yeah, that's true. Like I came out the PlayStation showcase with super amount of games I wanna play. Xbox showcase the game. Summerfest showcase not so much, but all by all, I'm a happy camper
Yeah.
for what we've seen.
Yeah, overall, I think it was a pretty good weekend. I think
Yeah,
we can be encouraged with the state of gaming coming out of this weekend for sure.
there were not like one showcase was super better than the other in the sense of like let's say Xbox showcase was a 10 while PlayStation showcase was a 5. This was not the case from in my opinion. They both had their ups and downs. But the summer showcase hurt it the most is length.
Yeah, I'll agree there. I don't think Summer Games Fest had any bad game announcements. I thought
No,
from a game announcement standpoint, it was good. The format was where most people found the issue.
It had one of the best reviews, Resident Evil 9.
Yeah. And Nappy, what are your thoughts on the showcase season?
Ooh, the number of showcases we had. Let's say I mean, yeah, the summer Game Fest showcase was long, but I actually did enjoy the Summer Game Fest because there were some games on there that were shown that I was really excited about. Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I am excited for that game. I am a big fan of Sonic All-Star Races Transform. Always thought it was way ahead of its time compared to Mario Kart, and I'm just glad to see that Sonic Racing Crossworlds is coming out. I look, you guys can think what I say. Sonic All-Star Racing Transform is better than Mario Kart 8. Y'all can fight me if y'all want. Also there was some other cool stuff about the Summer Game Fest. I mean, I also like the Onimusha games that because I remember I got into 3, I played 2, never played the original, don't kill me, but I got into 3 with a guy when they had the time travel thing and they had the whip, and those were like fun games to play back on a PlayStation 2 when I was a kid. Neo 3, really excited for. Resident Evil Requiem, actually really excited. I actually want to get into that. Really curious to see where they're going with this. Just want to see this new character, if this girl has abilities or not. And I actually was excited for Covain too. I actually somewhat like the story of Covain, so I'm curious of where they're going with Covain 2. Xbox Showcase was actually, I'm gonna say that for later. PlayStation Showcase, I didn't think it was bad. I think it was okay too, but I can understand why people say it was a bad showcase because there was no Sony exclusive stuff or PlayStation exclusive stuff. But I don't care about exclusive stuff because I'm a PC player. Xbox Showcase was honestly really good. I know we talked about it earlier, the Solo Level and Arise. am interested in it. Yes, I know the company that makes it, Netmarble, they are a mobile gaming company, but I'm curious to see how this game is going to be on console. So, Outer Worlds 2, also with the inside look of Outer Worlds 2, I have to say it is great. The fact that you can put debuffs on your characters like bat knees, where every time you get out of a crouching position and your knees just crack, which alert all the enemies, is fucking hilarious.
That was a dumb one.
There was like one where the sun glare, where if you are like outside, you're basically got this sun glare, you're basically blind.
Hey, you stare into the sun and you can't see now.
They got what was it? The other one was like if you love to reload, well, you better not let that magazine go to 0, or else
or you get a debuff, or the one that if you steal too much, it'll just randomly steal stuff.
Oh, it just starts stealing stuff automatically.
What game is this?
Can't stop it.
Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah, like when I saw all those like crazy debuffs, I was like, yes.
Yo, the flaw system is so cool.
I'm actually really excited for that. Oh my god, man. Another the Moo, what was it? The Mudong?
Yeah,
it was like
that's what I wanted to bring up. Yeah,
that
amazing.
Mudong, the Korean third-person shooter.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
That looks
some Splinter Cell vibes to it.
It looks very interesting, I have to say. I have to get into it. I gotta know what you're about. And out of that, I think the Xbox Showcase, those were like some of the games. Plus Tony Hawk Pro Skaters 3 and 4 and Gears of War Reloaded. More Gears. Final Fantasy, I already had both Final Fantasies on PC, so I'm just glad it's coming to Xbox. And I guess last but not least, I want the handheld. So I do have a bunch of PC. Oh, that's never mind.
We're gonna talk about all handheld.
I will hold off my thoughts on that case. Other shows I watched, I didn't watch all of the PC showcase. I did watch a little bit of it. They got some pretty good games. decent PC games, nothing too crazy. No More Rooms in Hell 2 is what I'm actually interested in. Now the Epic Games engine showcase, I watched a little bit of it. Pray to God that all developers use any of the new features, because a lot of it is like, hey, you can make AI do this for you. No, developers, if you guys are going to use Unreal Engine 5, take the time to learn the engine. Do not do no auto stuff, because God forbid if you do this shit, it is going to be taxing on the hardware. I will always say this: Unreal Engine 5 and Unreal Engine 6, they are not bad game engines, but they can make a developer extremely
Unreal
lazy.
Engine 6?
Yeah, there's Unreal Engine 6 now.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that yet.
But no, okay, I'm just gonna make this. Unreal Engine 5, Unreal Engine 6, they are not bad game engines. It's just that they have a bunch of crazy default stuff that if you want to be lazy with your programming and just let AI now take care of all of it, you're going to create a game that's may look pretty. You're just going to make a pretty turd. It's going to be extremely taxing on the hardware. Take the time to actually learn Unreal Engine and optimize your game, because you can actually make some really well polished, functioning games. Heck, even like Wukong was made on Unreal Engine. Beautiful game, ran smoothly, or even on PC. Like, just take the time to learn.
You say ran smoothly? That game runs like doo-doo water. Stop it.
No, it doesn't. I actually could play it on my. I could play it on my
especially.
I could play that on my GTX 1060.
Stop it.
I can play that on 10-year-old hardware.
He's been playing it on his PS5 Pro.
It does not run well, and I've complained about it even on the Pro. It does not.
Well, on PC and it runs fine. We are happy. PC players are happy with the way how Wukong is running.
Okay.
So, but again, I'm on NVIDIA hardware. I'm not on AMD, so
PCMR wins. Okay.
But yeah, and again, like I said before, just the engine's not bad. Learn the engine so you can optimize your stuff. Please, for the love of God, do not take any shortcuts if you're going to make your game in Unreal Engine 5, because it will show in the cost and the performance of your game. But other than that, I'm just happy we got so many games, and it's too much to kid. But also, and now we got Next Fest, which is happening on Steam this week, and now I got even more demos to try out to see any future games I want to add to my wish list. Like, we're flooded with games.
I know Jube's the last one, but there's one game I'm surprised nobody brought up, and it's the 007 game.
Oh yeah, that one. I'm excited about.
Why you stealing my thunder, bro? Why you do that to me? I hate you.
Well, you can give your thoughts on it. I'm just surprised nobody brought it up.
Like, damn, that was Jube's unique game. Like, everyone set their unique game, and dang. All right.
I didn't think he would go there because he's Captain Xbox, so I thought he would stay in the Xbox world. So
it's multi-plat. Are you fucking kidding me?
All right.
What do you mean?
Oh, sorry. Play everywhere.
Play anywhere, yeah.
Even though, but it's going to be on the Xbox. It's not a Sony exclusive.
I know that, but yeah. What were your thoughts on the showcases that we saw this past week?
All right, I'm gonna start with the state of play. To be honest, my original score before seeing Tokon and that fight stick was a 5. Because of those two things, I have no choice but to give it a 7.5. Just off of the strength of those. Like, everything, a lot of the other stuff, it's multi-plat. I'll be able to play it. I don't care about Silent Hill. I don't care about Neo. I cared about Tactics. I cared about, obviously, Snake Eater. Romeo's Dead looks super dope. I'm a fan of Luminous, so I guess I will definitely be playing that. Pragmata's on everything, and 007, since you wanted to bring it up, is on everything. But I just thought it was cool that we're getting another game in that universe. I just want them to show some first party, and the Yote T's literally dropped them a point just because of that. And I'm like, y'all are hoes for that. I get y'all have all these third party partnerships, but what are y'all doing in house?
Yeah,
and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But like, I wanted to play a lot, like 90% of the stuff that's there, so they get that, and that Marvel fighting game and that fight stick. Yeah, you got me. I mean, at least on paper, you got me. So, yeah, like it was a dope show. It's a better show from them.
Best Sony show in a long time.
Yes,
in a few years, it's their best Sony show.
It has been. So, you know what? I'll give them an 8 just because of that. I will 100% give them an 8. So that's fine. If they didn't show that fight stick or that fighting game, though, we looking at a 5. But yeah, I'll give them an 8 off the strength of that. When it comes to like just Summer Game Fest, like, so Atomic Heart 2, I'm in there.
Good.
Let's see. What else did I see there? There's a damn Scott Pilgrim game. Scott Pilgrim EX.
Yeah,
Scott Pilgrim EX is coming.
That might be a fun co-op game to play with friends. Like, I wish Shock would get a new
as
Scott
much
Pilgrim.
as I love Scott
that new
Pilgrim
mixtape game looked pretty interesting too.
Facts. I did check out the Unreal show. Witcher 4 looks crazy, even though they're like it's not
demo.
It's not. I know.
I want to,
it was a showcase. It was a showcase the engine, and again, I am scared for developers taking those easy routes that they were talking about. I'm like,
I don't think it's representative of the game that we'll get. Maybe on next gen hardware, that's might be what it looks like, but I wouldn't expect that on current gen hardware.
Yeah, no, it looks fire though.
Yeah.
The things and ideas they were showing, fire.
There is no program behind it though.
Okay, maybe. It's still CD Projekt Red, bro. Stop playing with them.
Oh yeah, after Cyberpunk, I am.
I don't care about after Cyberpunk. Where have they dropped us on The Witcher, bro? Stop it. Those games got better. Every iteration of those games got better.
They did. I will give them that.
The difference between Cyberpunk and The Witcher is Cyberpunk has so much money and hype and development behind it that the publisher at some point said, you got to shit or get off the pot and put this game out. I don't care what state it's in. And we, the gamer, suffered for it.
Yep.
That's what happened with that game. I don't think the same thing's going to happen with The Witcher 4. I don't think there's as much pressure to get the game out by a certain timeline. I'm sure Xbox put a lot of pressure on CD Projekt Red too, based on them having a marketing deal. Yep. So I'm sure there was a lot of pressure because Xbox library was kind of hurting at the time. CD Projekt Red, they needed to get the game out. So I think there's a lot of internal and external pressure that got that game out faster than it should have.
Yeah. I hate Keely's face, so seeing too much of his face wears me down over time. Show did not need to be that long at all.
I wish I had that Step Brothers clip.
So
anything I can do, no.
I know that's his thing, and he wants to be front and center. But bro, it's like, I hate your face. Just stop, move out the way, slide on over there, my guy. So I just based off of just the game shown, not format, not any other length of time, I'll give the Summer Game Fest a 7. If I factor in that other stuff, it's a 4. It gets a 7 just off the strength of the games. There's just my issue is like, where am I gonna have all the time to play this? I don't. I did also wish that Nintendo would have showed up there at that show, but wishful thinking. So it is what it is. Yeah. Maybe one day that'll happen. Moving on to the Xbox showcase. So when I initially watched it, I gave it a 9, and I knocked it because it's like, I don't have time to play these games. I'm not gonna knock it for not having time. these games. It was a 10 for me. Outside of honestly probably Fallout 76, I'm probably going to make an attempt at playing all those. That Invincible Fighter, yeah, I'm in there. 100% in there. Solo leveling, of course, their Pokemon like game, Beast of Reincarnation, Ninja Gaiden 4. I will be hopping on the Gears Reloaded beta if I can find some time this weekend. That'll be fun. Yeah, and then Outer Worlds too. Like, just as much as I love that first game, them fixing all the quality of life problems I really had with that game is going to be amazing. I'm not going to really touch anything else when that comes out, and that's okay with me. That's what happened last time.
His knees gonna be cracking.
My knees are gonna be cracking, brother.
His knees are gonna be cracking.
Bad knees perk all the way with a science build. I don't need knees. I got science.
If it's a science build.
Yep. I'm not gonna really be stealthing. But Clockwork Revolution looks ridiculous. Just from an art style perspective, like, yeah, that's wild. Grounded 2 was completely unexpected. I'm glad that they had enough success to get a Grounded 2.
Yeah, the quality of life improvements on that look pretty interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And then shout out to those handhelds. Like, y'all need to tell us how much these handhelds are going to be. I did watch the deep dive after the fact into the handhelds and them showing off like the UI a little bit more and stuff. It's just like all the game launchers are just in this. It's not like you have to like go into like desktop mode like on the Steam Deck to get to some of those other things. The launchers are just there, which is great. If they can make Windows, the bloat of Windows go away, so it's just like I don't care about any of that. I just want to get to my games. Like they're gonna see some success. The other thing is I don't know what the hell either of these things are gonna be priced at. Because the current
$1,000
ROG Ally is
800
deep,
800 USD.
So,
yeah, but to say the one that's most comparable to what we saw of the black. The high-end version of the ROG Ally X, X Ally, it was $899. So I would assume just
$899. That's actually good. That's really good.
The most comparable, yeah. So I would just say be ready to pay $1,000 if you're gonna get that.
I'm about to say because that comes with the new Ryzen Z2 Extreme Tip.
But, you know. We do have to think about that it is dockable, you know.
That USB-C 4, the black one is, the white one not so much.
Yeah, the black one where you can use an external.
I'm talking about $1,000
that's
one.
Gonna punch about
that's the black one.
The $1,000 one is dockable, and it brings all of your libraries together. You can pretty much play any game you want to play. There are some issues between the Xbox library, console library, migrating fully over, but I mean, you catch a Steam sale, you can kind of get back in the game on some of those titles if you really want to play some of those older titles. So, I'm wondering how many controllers you can pair up to the ROG.
If it's Windows, you can. So X input is 8 devices in total. D input is like 32 different D input devices. So knowing that's X input, it'll be 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's based off of Windows. So yeah,
it just needs to be 4 for most Xbox games.
Yeah, that's easy. That's super easy.
So as far as it being dockable and you can hook up 4 controllers to it, that's going to be great if that's a.
Actually, you can already do that with all the other Steam Deck and all the other devices.
Yeah, but we're not talking about those other devices. Yeah. We'll get to them when we get to the handheld part. We're already talking about it. We might as well I'll get my final thoughts off on the showcases because I just kind of jumped in here and there, and then we'll talk handhelds.
Yeah. I do have one more thing.
Go ahead.
It is so nice to know that the Xbox is the only console place right now you can play every mainline numbered Final Fantasy except 11.
Yeah, because 11 got discontinued. No, is it 11 or
But
not?
you
11,
you can't play 13 on a PlayStation 5, bro.
Yeah, that's
you
that's a
You
PlayStation
can't do
thing.
that.
That's a PlayStation thing. We're just lucky that Xbox went, deep into that back compat program, and it includes the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. Because if not, that game would just be lost, to console players at least.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so it is unique to go from like, we're missing some of the biggest and best games in the Final Fantasy catalog. Like even like Pixel Remaster, we had a hard time. It seemed like we had a hard time getting that for a second. But you go from that to now being the only place to play all of the Final Fantasy. So it is. Kobe's trying to teach us some Japanese right now.
I was like, what's Kobe doing? It's like, he's playing a love game?
I don't know what he's doing. I'm watching some hentai, bro. But where was I? As far as showcases go, for the PlayStation showcase, I thought the show was pretty good. I kind of gave the show a 7. I don't really have anything bad to say about it, but for you to get into the 8-9 range for me, your first party studios have to show up in some capacity, and they didn't, but they did show a lot of great games from their partners. I think the only game that may have been a blemish on the PlayStation show was maybe Baby Steps. But other than that, I think everything else, for the most part, showed pretty well. Luminous coming back, that's a big surprise, and I think that's like a game that shouldn't be too expensive, that people can just like pick up and play for a couple minutes. It doesn't have to be like this big like cinematic. I gotta, if I drop the game for like 3 months, I'm not gonna remember where I was type game. What's up, Kobe? But yeah, so I thought that was pretty good. And finishing off with Marvel's Tokon, another game that you can just kind of jump in, play, have a great time with. I like how those games kind of bookended and everything that came in between. The published deals that they're doing, those games look pretty strong. And yeah, I thought PlayStation had a pretty good show. Summer Games Fest, thought the games were great. I didn't have any issue with the games that were presented. There were some games that, I like instantly know like, oh, that's not for me, but it doesn't look like a horrible game. Like, why is it on the stage type game? Format was a little rough. So I think I gave that show about a CD. That's like a 6-7. So just based on the format. And the Xbox show, it was pretty hard for me. Like being as an Xbox person, I got to give it a 9-10, for getting those Final Fantasy games, something that Xbox players have been begging for a long time. So for them to finally get those, the handheld, not just showing a handheld, but actually revamping the Windows 11 software to where you get somewhat, it looks pretty much very close to what you get on an Xbox console experience, but also with the ability to add multiple libraries and like you being able to bring all these libraries together and play them in one place, and it being dockable. I thought that was pretty big for them. And I think Clockwork Revolution showed extremely well, and the Mudang game that people that showed, I think showed really well. I think, from what we've seen, I think those are two games that have potential if they land properly to be in, the game of the year conversations across, the different, DICE and all the other people that do Game Award shows. Yeah, so I mean, I thought it was a pretty strong showing from everyone who did a show that we saw. But with that said, we will move on into the next topic. And we're covering all things new hardware. We had a new Switch release this week, along with the announcement of the ROG Ally X. Two very different devices as far as the audiences that they're catering to and the type of hardware that we see inside of these devices. Switch 2 apparently, I don't know if this is worldwide sales because it seems pretty light if you ask me personally, but apparently Switch is the best selling opening week of all time. But when I saw it on Twitter, they only reported 200,000 sales, and I'm like, that seems pretty light if we're talking worldwide. It must be.
No, it hit 3 milli, bro. What do you mean? It hit $3 million, or it hit 3 million
posted
sales.
200,000. I was like, that seems extremely light.
No.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't look deep into it, but apparently
it's about to beat PS5's 2 months in like a week.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I know it's the best selling Switch and it's the best launch of a console ever, but the number that I saw was like it didn't register in my brain. Like that's a very small number.
Yeah, it sold 3 million within 24 hours, bro.
I believe it. That number seems a lot more realistic to me.
It's the most sold console in a 24-hour period ever.
Yeah. That I mean, I saw that part, but the number that I saw next to it didn't register in my brain. Like that doesn't add up.
No.
So 3 million, beautiful number. Good to see Nintendo doing well, despite some of the things they seem to be doing to us as customers.
It's already about to break like the all-time record for like 2-month sales.
Yeah,
which is it's 4.5. It has to hit 4.5 million in 2 months, that's the PS4 and the PS5.
It should do it by the end of this month.
It's about to do that. No, it's about to do that. It's about to do that this week, bro. By the time Wednesday rolls around, we should be at 5 million.
I don't know about that. I say by the end of the month, because you got like the sales that we see the first week are 2.5-3 months of pre-orders.
Maybe.
So I don't think it'll. I think it'll hit it by the end of the month, but I'm not sure if it'll hit it by like the end of the week or even the end of next week. End of the month, I think is realistic.
It ain't gonna take 2 months. That's all.
So let's focus on the Switch. I know someone on the panel has a Switch 2. I don't know if multiple people on the panel have a Switch 2. So I'm gonna go to Jubei first. He has a Switch 2. What are your thoughts on your one of 3 million devices out in the wild?
It's better.
We lost you.
Pretty much every capacity. Nope. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah, better in almost every capacity.
Yeah, no. Then the Switch 1, 100%.
Yeah, it should be.
It feels premium. I like the magnets and stuff. Like Joy-Cons are upgraded. The thing is massive. No issues. Everything is snappy. The store actually works on this thing. It's not like waiting for the DS store or anything like that, which is pretty much the Switch 1 experience. And so I did a test, like Animal Crossing. By the time you get to the press start screen on the regular Switch, you're already on your island on Switch 2. That alone should tell you some things.
Wait, are you using the direct NVMe storage, or are you using the custom SD card slot storage?
That's off the SD card storage actually.
Like so you got the new SD card.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, so that does make sense then. Yeah, because new SD cards are actually really good. How about the NVMe? How do you like that? Is that loading times really good?
Yeah, like I'm not like tripping out over it. Like Mario, what I played a Mario Kart World, like I'm getting into games pretty quickly.
Okay, how you feeling about Mario Kart World?
It's fun. Like there's a lot of shortcuts and stuff to figure out.
Okay. Yeah, I heard. Despite this, I heard a lot of people love it.
So as a member of Switch Gang, how would you rate the launch of the Switch 2 and the quality of life improvements?
It's a 7 because there's no games outside of Mario Kart.
Okay, so 7 because there's no games.
You're playing you're pretty much playing your existing library until other stuff comes.
Okay. You're not interested in the games that were already available to you on other platforms that made it over to Switch.
I mean, like Cyberpunk. I'm not gonna
like
Cyberpunk to start over on this. No, absolutely not. That's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, overall, it's solid. I just wish they had more games. I know Donkey Kong is next month, but that should have been day one, and then I wouldn't have nothing negative to say.
Well, they probably want to give it breathing room.
Like, I mean, Mario
breathing room for what though?
Huge, but
they want you to buy all the Mario Karts you can, and then they want you to come back next month and buy all the Donkey Kongs you can.
I will say like that Discovery Tour thing. Don't get that. I definitely did not get it. It's $10, but you need to spend almost $100 on peripherals to actually finish that game. You need to buy you have to buy the camera, and you pretty much need either the charge grip or the Pro controller to get the GL and the GR buttons, because there's a level in that it requires you to have those. So you can't even finish that without dropping bread on accessories.
Oh, okay. Did you get the camera? Did you get any accessories, or you just got just the
No, I got a case and like a screen protector, bro. Like, I'm not doing all that. That camera's dumb. I'm not paying no money for no 480p camera. Like, please stop. Get out.
Don't you want to see your friends? Want your friends to see you?
I heard you can. There's an adapter you can get to use your phone, which I might do because that's better. But I am not buying no 480p Piranha. That Piranha plant should have been a 1080p camera, and then they would have had me for sure.
Okay.
But no, 480p for that? No, thank you.
All right.
And that paying, you have to pay a subscription to use a button on the thing.
Oh yeah, C button. That
chat button. You need
the cash
Nintendo
button.
Online, the cash button.
Oh, cash button. Yeah,
cash button.
You need Nintendo Online just to use that, and I'm just like, that's whack. I mean, I have Nintendo Online, but
I must say, do you have any Switch One controllers that you used on Switch 2?
Yeah, I still have my Pro controller from Switch One.
And it worked flawlessly.
It sure does. Yeah.
All right, that's good because
it does work.
All right.
So yeah, no problems there. Compatibility is not a problem. Your old Joy-Cons will work. Your old peripherals that can pair via Bluetooth will absolutely work. The only thing that won't work is your old docks, obviously, and you can't attach your old Joy-Cons to it because, no way.
Yeah, but they're not magnetic.
Yeah, it's an entirely different setup. But if you have controllers, wired control, all that stuff's gonna work.
Okay. Anybody else have any Switch 2 thoughts they want to throw in, or they picked up a Switch 2? I don't think Kofi did.
The Switch 2 has already been hacked, and I probably I shouldn't say that, but I mean it has been.
Well, it doesn't have an emulator yet, so
we're not gonna. They're.
I know they're working on it. It won't take long. It won't take long.
Yeah, Nintendo was not like you're not even allowed to post like videos of the hack. They will. Yeah, they're not playing this time. Also, but if you are going to mod your console, just make sure that you get a read receipt after you submit your mail to Nintendo's headquarters in Japan, saying that you opt out the terms and agreements, so that way you can freely mod your Switch without worrying about getting sued or bricking your console.
That's wild. I will say also, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom do run fantastically, and those upgrades are included in Switch Online. So if you don't want to pay $10, if you have Switch Online, you get them. So,
actually, I was gonna actually get the Switch 2 this time, but I'm gonna wait on it because I'm really so curious about the custom NVIDIA chip just to see how well it runs. I heard it seems like it runs good. Also, I saw the jerry rigging of the durability test. The durability test is surprisingly good. Like, even though people complained about the snap-ons with the magnets where it's basically a little wobbly, it's actually made like that on purpose, so that way you won't like rip the Joy-Cons out and actually break the port inside of it. It's actually smart. It's a well-built machine,
Yeah, it actually honestly feels premium. It feels way more premium than the OG Switch ever did. Always thought the Joy-Cons felt cheap.
The only downside is that as far as repairs go, repairs are what was it? iFixit, who is like the company that's all about repairing your own electronics. They gave it a 3 out of 10 as far as doing self repairs, and they also all the teardowns of the Joy-Cons, no Hall effect joysticks. They're exactly the same as the original Switch, which means that stick drift may be a problem. So that's about it.
No, they're saving the Hall effects for the OLED Switch too, I'm sure.
Your own electronics. Oh, sorry for the double audio. But yeah, so Switch 2 doing good. Anybody else have anything they want to hit on Switch 2 related? I'm not going to make people talk about the Switch if they don't want to, per se, because I know everybody's not a hardware person. Going once, going twice. All right, we will talk about the new Xbox handheld that was shown to us yesterday. This hardware seems to be a lot more powerful than what is currently out on the market with the new with the latest AMD chip, right? It's the latest AMD chip.
Yeah, this is Z2 Extreme. The Z2
AI.
Extreme.
Z2 Extreme AI chip or something like that.
We don't say AI, we just say Z2 Extreme.
They definitely say AI.
They definitely say
they
AI.
do. We just care about the Z2 Extreme. We don't care about the AI crap.
Okay. So we got to see that. So it's a lot more powerful. It is combining multiple libraries all into one UI experience. It appears to have removed all of the bloat of Windows 11 and only runs the gaming portion. So Windows 11 operates underneath of that, but it doesn't take up any RAM or anything like that, apparently. From what I've heard, the controller feels just like a Xbox controller. And apparently it is dockable, but you can also boost up, or you can get a performance boost on the dock up until the power of a 5090. I'm sure that would be quite expensive.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to buy the laptop edition, like a laptop external edition of that 5090.
I'm sure it'd be expensive.
The eGPU, I will say this: it's better off to get an actual it's better off to get an actual like dock for your GPU with a power supply, and then you put a full graphics card on there. That's honestly the best way to dock it if you want the actual like desktop performance when dock mode.
Yeah,
and it's upgradable in the future.
Yeah, but it's out there, just the options that come with this, ally that's on the way. So those are kind of some of the features that we know about it. There were some questions about whether or not you'll be able to play games from any publisher, and it appears as long as it's on Steam, you'll be able to play it. According to Destin Legary, he played Marvel Spider-Man 2. That was the first game he played on it. So yeah, it doesn't seem like there's going to be any of those issues that people were concerned about. I'm actually not going to start with Captain Xbox. I'm going to start with the hardware nerd that we have on deck, and he is Mr. PCMR himself, Nappy. So seeing this new flagship piece of hardware, the partnership between Asus and Xbox, what were your thoughts?
So the original ROG Ally was actually a decent hardware. Well, actually, decent hardware now. When it first came out, there was a lot of issues with operating systems and just a bunch of driver issues. But then ROG was able to patch that out, which makes it really good. The ROG Ally 2, the Xbox 2 Xbox is overall the hardware is actually looking really good. I am really curious to see how well that Ryzen Extreme 2 processor is going to perform. 24 gigabytes of LDDR5 is overkill, but I understand why they kind of did it. I'm glad that the only reason why I say always go for the black edition, which is like the more powerful version or with the more memories, because of that USB-C 4 port. That is actually what is used as far as the docking thing, and it controls like the speeds of how much data goes through that port. Because it's USB-C 4, that's what makes it dockable, which I'm really excited for. I will definitely say is this going to hit hard? Yes. One of its biggest competitors, believe it or not, is still going to be the Steam Deck, and it's not just a Steam Deck, the Steam OS. Steam OS. So I don't know if I know you guys probably don't know, but Steam has recently released their operating system, so you can install it on all the handhelds. And Steam OS. Yeah, Steam OS has already shown where people are getting up to 10, all the way up to 25% performance boost just by running Steam OS on these like handhelds outside of the Steam Deck, rather than running like Windows 11. Now, yes, this ROG Ally X has like a custom version of Windows 10 Home that's supposed to be geared towards gaming, more optimized. I think this is right now going to be a race of who has the better optimized library, because I think they're going to catch all the Xbox people. I think the Xbox people is going to be good. The PC people though, like,
it's not trying to them.
The PC people haven't really gravitated to these handhelds yet. They're not selling.
I mean, they kind of
sell well, but they're not like selling crazy.
Yeah,
they're not selling crazy yet.
I'm about to say, like, the PC handhelds are actually doing pretty well. The PC people love it. They actually love it now that you can install Steam OS on it.
Yeah, but I'm saying it hasn't hit like this like mass penetration thing to where they have like, you can walk into GameStop and like it has trade-in value type stuff.
I mean, not yet, but I mean, trust me. But like the Legion Go, for example, like people love it.
GameStop was taking Steam Decks for like 2 months, and then
they stopped.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's a growing market. It hasn't quite hit what it needs to hit yet.
Yeah, but I mean, with that being said, though, I still don't think. I think because of how Steam OS is and how optimized it is, like Microsoft is going to have to prove to PC gamers that their operating system on handheld is better than Steam OS, which is going to be an uphill battle because they already started the race 2 years late compared to the Steam Deck. Because the operating system on the Steam Deck, if you take off Windows, put on Steam OS, the performance boost is crazy, around 10 to 25% performance boost. So who knows how Steam OS is going to run on this new handheld that they were just to uninstall Windows and install Steam OS. I mean, it's not that hard.
You don't have to uninstall Windows. They're just not running any of the Windows processes that have nothing to do with gaming.
I mean, we don't know. We don't exactly know how much of a performance boost that's going to be. Like I said, we're going to have to see.
If there is no desktop mode, which means it's not asking you to do Windows things like connect to a printer, or install Office or any of those other things that eat away at your resources on your system. Like,
I mean, it's still Windows 10 Home though. I mean, it's not. 11. I mean, not Windows 10, Windows 11 Home. It's still Windows 11 Home. So it's. I mean, yes, it could be optimized towards gaming, but I don't think. But it's still. It's going to have the capabilities of doing that stuff. I do think
you can't. You have to go through your. You have to go out of your way to get it to boot into a desktop mode.
I mean, yes, and the same Steam Deck is kind of the same way. You have to go out of your way to get Steam to open up in desktop mode a little bit.
There's things that you have to update on Steam that requires desktop mode, and they walk you through that. It's not out of your way. You have to do things in it. You don't have to do anything on this in desktop mode if you don't want to.
I still gotta say, I still have to see.
I can't switch my launchers on the Steam Deck without going into desktop mode. I can't play the Epic Games launcher or the GOG launcher or any of that without desktop mode. And they're like, you don't even need that. You can just switch it from this OS, which is fine.
I mean that good quality of life feature. I'm still curious to see how Windows 11, this gaming version of Windows 11 Home, is going to compare to Steam OS. I mean, it's great for Xbox people. I think this is a prototype for what Xbox is planning for the future.
Yeah, I think Xbox people are kind of on the fence. Like you got the diehards who are like, yeah, I'm getting this day one, but I think a lot of people are on the fence because it's still lingering in the background that Xbox may make their own native hardware. And I think people are kind of on the fence to see if that's going to be the case before they dive in on this ROG app, especially with the price.
The price is going to be around
it's going to be $1,000. The top model is going to be $1,000. Just get your head around that. Like especially if you factor in after taxes, you're going to be close to $1,000.
Yeah, I respect that, especially that USB-C 4 port, man. That you know how expensive that shit is on laptops.
Yeah, and then if you're buying accessories with it, like if you're buying like screen protectors and a case to carry it around in, just be prepared to pay a little bit over $1,000. Probably somewhere between probably $1,100 to $1,200 if you purchase a couple accessories with it.
I need them to subsidize some of that. $1 trillion company, eat some of that.
I don't.
They're
think
not
they
eating.
will.
They're not eating that. You're asking for too much.
I don't think it's gonna be cheaper than what Asus is already selling, and the most expensive one that they're currently selling is $899.
But they could make it cheaper by, like I said, subsidizing it. They could eat it.
They're not going to eat that. They're not going to eat that cost because because the thing about because the ROG Ally itself was like, it was okay, but it wasn't like one of the well-known, or wasn't the top one. The best gaming handheld I saw, surprisingly, a lot of people bought the Legion Go. There's more people I've seen with Legion Go's than the ROG Ally. Because I know and then not only that, Lenovo created their own handheld, which outside the Legion Go, I think it was like the Legion Go S. That one, I have seen a lot of that where people purchase that. That one was pretty decent. I mean, these things are really. I think even though it has a lot of power in them, one of the biggest downfalls of these handhelds is they're bulky. And yes, they can play AAA titles for like 2 or 3 hours, which people are complaining about because I'm like, you only need like 2 or 3 hours if you're going to play. But at the same time, I understand. It's kind of.
I mean, if you're on a plane or something like that, you're going to want, depending on, the nature of your travel that you're taking your handheld with, you're going to want more time. Or if you're on a road trip or something like that, but you should have access to a charger if you're on a road trip.
Yeah, I mean, but those things are I would say they're definitely bulky. They're not like a 3DS or a PSP Vita size. They definitely have the power inside of them.
My kids told me that if I get one, I got to get them one. So I have to be fair.
Do you?
A ROG Ally?
Yeah,
I'm about to say, like, you better get them Steam Decks and call it a day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to say, man. Like,
I don't get the Steam level up or something first. Goodness.
Yeah, I was laughing at him. I was definitely laughing at him.
This man about to spend 3 G's. I hope you betting well in the NFL.
Hey.
That parlay gonna have to smack.
I mean, help a brother. Help a brother help himself.
I know, right?
Playing Roblox.
They're gonna get the most expensive that Ryzen 2 Extreme chip. Gonna play Roblox at like 200 FPS on the road.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, the overall, I think the handheld is going to be very interesting. The Xbox GUI, well, I should say GUI. The Xbox interface is with the custom Windows 11 is pretty interesting. I really hope that they do take that technology though and pass it on to us onto their desktop, because goddamn Windows 11 on the desktop is already struggling with.
What we know is that it's coming to the Xbox Ally first, and then it's supposed to roll out to the other handhelds, which would make me assume that it will also roll out to the PC, where you'll have kind of like a game mode and all your libraries integrate. I don't think anything that's coming to the handhelds won't make it over to the PC itself.
Yeah, because right now Windows 11 on PC is like there is so much bloatware that you gotta.
Because what they want, they don't want they want the Xbox app to be your main app, so they want to integrate the Steam store into the Xbox app so that you go. This is where you go for everything.
Yeah, they're not.
That's their goal.
So, I get it. That's their goal. I don't think that Valve is going to allow that completely.
That's that.
Why not? Valve still gets their cut.
They still get the sale.
Nothing changes. It's just access to the storefront. It's just another device for Steam to be on.
It's I don't know.
They know they can't compete.
It's
with
just
Steam,
it's a unified ecosystem, and whatever store you buy it on, it just happens to. So you're not jumping between stores. You are jumping between stores.
You are so jumping between stores.
You're jumping between stores within a single UI, basically.
Like I would definitely. Like I said, I think this will be easier for an Xbox player to buy this for a PC player. I could see a PC player buying it, but they're not going to. They're still going to buy majority of their games on Steam, rather than.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you'll still be you'll be doing it within the Xbox UI, purchasing the Steam version. You'll just be doing it you'll be doing it from within one UI. So basically, they want to make the Xbox UI your comfort UI.
Yeah, if the Steam Deck OS though is still more powerful than the Microsoft one, then Microsoft again Valve already got a head start with the Steam OS, so we'll see. If
you're purchasing a Xbox Ally though, then you're already sold on doing everything in the Xbox UI until the Xbox UI proves to you that you need to go somewhere else. So they'll have a chance to. For the people that purchase an Xbox Ally, they're going to give them that opportunity.
I mean, don't get me wrong though. Like just because we got the Z2 Extreme chip in this Ally X as a first device, oh my god! Like if let's say there's a Legion Go 2 that has the like Joy-Cons on the side and that has the AMD of Z2 X Extreme chip, then that's like I think this is the first in the list. There's some people might be willing to wait to see other handheld devices with this new AMD chip because there's nothing exclusive about it as of right now.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go back a little bit because we have some comments that I missed out on. I'm gonna show some of them. And Nate, as far as me saying the 200K number, that is from France. That's what I saw. Yeah. I don't know if they'll get to 150 million with this Switch 2. I think they'll land around 80, 90 personally, but
80 or 90 million, that's it?
Yeah, I think it's going to get a lot more competitive. I think PlayStation and Xbox releasing their own handhelds is going to just kind of shift how people look at the handheld market, and I think it's just going to kind of hurt Switch's sales a little bit.
I don't know. Once Call of Duty is on this thing, bro, the gloves are off.
Yeah, but people who love PlayStation, like there's a lot of Switch owners who the Switch is their secondary device. So for those people, I'm not 100% sure. As far as the Xbox Ally goes, Sir Riffs a lot. He's hoping for a more streamlined way of gaming, which is what I was talking about, like all your stores being integrated. And Nappy, here you go. New to PC gaming. What are the big stores? Steam, Epic. I've heard of GOG. Break it down.
GOG. So, if you want to know the biggest store, the first thing you should do is install Steam. Steam OS is that's the big store. And second place will be surprisingly is GOG, because GOG is the one place where you can download purchase your PC games, and they are all DRM free. GOG is very important. We love GOG, and developers hate putting their games on GOG because they want to keep that DRM in place. Epic Games is still a store. It is. I'm gonna be honest with you, PC players. The only reason why we keep Epic Game Store is we log into it, we see what game is free, we get the free game, and then we log off. I will definitely say though, we're okay with buying games on Epic Game Store if they're single player. If they're multiplayer, we usually buy them on Steam because majority all of our friends are on Steam, and that's where majority of people buy their games anyway. So it's like Epic Game Store does have a purpose, but it's the biggest problem is that multiplayer games or certain games, there's no cross save between the two, and you have to go through this process, which is kind of annoying. And for online multiplayer games, it's better just to get the Steam rather than get Epic. Now they are trying to merge the two. So, but yeah, those are basically some of the big ones. I mean, you also have EA too, but honestly, there's no point to download the EA launch. There's no point of having the EA launcher just to run games. You can still buy them through Steam. Or heck, if you have an Xbox Game Pass, you're better off doing that.
All right.
Oh, you don't buy PC games, but you're already saving. Oh God, let me guess, you're on the Epic Game Launcher getting them free games. Actually, as a matter of fact, speaking of free games, Borderlands 2 right now is still free on Steam. So you can just open up Steam, spend $5 on the game. You can get Borderlands 2 for free right now.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
So,
all right.
But yeah, that's basically all the stores on PC right now.
Cool. And Jubei, the man who calls himself Captain Xbox, Frog Ally, or Xbox Ally X. I gotta get used to this new naming convention. The Xbox Ally. I'm gonna call it the Xbox Ally X since it's black. What are your thoughts there on the Xbox Ally X? There,
like I said, I watched the deep dive video post show.
Yeah, I watched it too.
They talking a real good game, man. If these things can run and you don't got to worry about it, that's what's up. Like, not having to go into a desktop mode is huge. That was one of the things I hated about the Steam Deck. Like, anytime I was trying to tinker or do something crazy, I had to go in there, and it wasn't very fun until once it's set up, it's fine. But like trying to get xCloud on that, pain in the ass, 100%. There was no easy way to do that.
It wasn't that hard. We Linux people,
bro. I don't want to have to go through and get custom logos and all that. Like, no, I don't like doing that. That's not fun for me. So, no, it was a chore and a pain in the ass to set up. Period. Even setting up Emu Deck, it was difficult in some spots because it wasn't reading games. And then having to go in and fix all the cover art for a lot of those things. I'm just like. Like the biggest thing is like Skies of Arcadia having like 4 discs and it being like 4 separate folders instead of, but yeah, it was not.
Hey, whoa, pause. Sky of Arcadia having 4 discs. Sky of Arcadia only has.
It comes in parts.
Oh, you don't know how to merge?
Probably not. But no, I wasn't gonna sit there and do it. Like, I got the game to work. That's all I cared about. But it was a pain in the ass to get there.
I wish I could do 5. Well, I can't say that statement. Never mind. But all right.
But yeah, like I'm excited for it. They need to tell us about battery life and a couple of other things to really.
It's an 80-watt battery.
It is an 80 watt-hour battery. But what does that mean in real actual playtime?
It's gonna depend on the OS, like Nappy's been talking about. So,
and it's also going to depend on the games you play. Like,
but I mean, your favorite YouTuber will do some testing on it before you hand.
Yeah, I know that, but like, I need that information out in the wild well before this thing launches.
Yeah. So, I've seen some testing as far as the performance of the games goes. I think the lowest frame rate I saw was 45, 46 frames, and I think that was, I can't remember the game that was on.
Under what? Because if it's PC handheld, we gotta know like game and it
was on mid settings. That was the lowest frame I saw, but I think the average that I saw like across like the 5 or 6 games that they played was about 75 frames per second on mid settings.
What? Yeah, again, we gotta know what game though.
I know one of them was like Cyberpunk. I know they did Forza.
Is it using AMD fidelity mode?
No, it was just mid settings across with FSR3.
That's fidelity.
Yeah.
FSR3 fidelity. Yeah, that's decent, I guess. That's decent. It's not bad.
Yeah, I know they're advertising like I know they're advertising 120 frames per second. I'm sure some games will hit that, but I think the average that it was around 75, and I think the lowest I saw was like 40 from the 5 games that were tested on. I watched a couple different videos. So any other things that you want to say, Jubei?
Nope. Price, battery life, and them nailing this OS. It's going to do great things. If this OS works as advertised.
Well, it's already pretty far along, and this isn't releasing until the holiday window. I think the earliest it'll come out is October. So they got another 4 to 5 months to get this OS really.
But the OS is not going to be perfect when this comes out. We also have to understand that, and I'm aware of that.
I'm not expecting it to be perfect, but if it could be like rocking and rolling to where it's like we're not complaining about it.
Yes,
we're not like shitting on it. We're just saying, hey, this is what you need to fix here and there type thing.
I needed to get down. I needed to get really into the feedback phase.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. So if it can get to that point by launch where you're just giving feedback on improvements that you'd like to see in it, that'll be a very good launch for the Xbox Ally. So
hey, my bad guys. It's a little late for me. I gotta bounce out.
All right.
Well, thanks for having me, and I'll definitely be swinging through next week.
All right, cool. Cool. Yeah, we started the show a little late. Peace out, Kofi. We will see you next time. All right. And there we go. Omar, did you want to have any comments on the Xbox hardware? If not, we will move on to the next topic.
Move on.
I know it's getting kind of late. We can make the next topic the last topic, or we can end it here. It's up to you guys. We can
What's the last topic?
Well, we can. It's 2 topics left. We can do Outer Worlds 2 Direct, or we can talk about $80 games.
How about move them to next week? Because real talk, I'm about to pass out.
All right, so the panel is tired. We are past midnight.
Yeah, we just started late. That's why.
Yeah, people are ready to go. I appreciate everyone coming through, but at this point, we will roll into. Let's see, boom, 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 outros. Boom. All right, there we go. Oh, damn it. All right, outros. So we're at that point in the show. Nappy, where people find you? What will you be playing?
You can find me, Nappy Senshi, on YouTube and all platforms. As far as controller reviews, I do have some GameSir controllers on the PC end that I'm currently reviewing. On the mobile end, I have the Absolute mobile gaming controller, and I am the only crazy person that got a $170 mobile controller for the Backbone Pro, which I don't know why they charge $170, but that's why you guys should watch my review when this comes out to see exactly why would you spend $170 on a mobile controller. And also, I'm still working on the Red Magic 10 Pro mobile gaming phone review. Very interesting device. I pretty much got all my data as far as like spec wise and testing out a bunch of games. It's a very interesting device, but as we've been talking, this device is not only acting like going against like just phones, but also going against handhelds, and it's pretty interesting. And with that being said, Next Fest, for all you PC players, this is a good time to get into all the games that you possibly want to purchase in the future. It's literally for this whole week. For me, I got Tokyo's Underground, got Morbid Metal Demo, got the Soul Leveling game, and I got the Terminal Brigade game. So those are some demos I'm going to be testing out. Just let me know what demos you're going to play on Next Fest.
All right. And Jubei, where can we find you, and what will you be playing?
Yeah, you can find me at Jubei X Sensei on gaming platforms, Jubei Sensei everywhere else. I'll be playing some Fantasy Life and diving back into some probably some Final Fantasy and some Doom, and yeah, like I have plenty of things to play. I'm not starving.
Not at a loss of things to play.
Playing some Mario Kart, you know, with the peeps in the house, you know how it is.
And last but certainly not least, Omar, where can we find you and what will you be playing?
Shout out to everyone that came through. Hit that like button, share the stream out. You can find me at Caravan_Shop on Twitter and Other Player Podcast every Saturday, 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern Time. See you next week.
All right. And for me, you will find me tomorrow. Should be. I haven't talked about it, but I'm pretty sure we have an episode tomorrow on Point for Gamers with C Money and Doodle. That should be a good time. And I will stop bluffing. I will finish South of Midnight. Hopefully by next week's episode. I have been busy. All right. I have been busy. These kids are home. They're driving me crazy. One has a broken arm. I am going through it this week. But we're settling into our routines and stuff like that with summertime, and I'll get back to it. And I'm on my fitness journey again, so I'm getting back in shape a little bit. So yeah, gotta work out the whole time thing. Plus it was showcase season, a lot of shows going on. Now everything's kind of died down. I can just play games. I don't gotta watch a bunch of shit. But yeah, South of Midnight, I should finish it this week. It shouldn't be a problem. I'm like halfway through already.
Appreciate the subscription. I do appreciate that a lot.
Yeah. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate everybody for coming through. Was a great time. And I just want to, end the show how we always end the show over here and say thanks for getting your weekly dose of that vitamin G. We are out. Peace.
All right. See you around.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
With beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G.